All right. Here we go. Okay, so let's do a quick recap because it's been a lot. It's been going on. It's been a while. So last time on Princes of the Apocalypse, you guys all started in Redlar. These delegates went missing. You went going and finding their groups, and you noticed that groups of these delegates started disappearing, and they each seemed to be carrying a piece of an amulet. And those amulet pieces were sentient. They started talking to you, giving you some advice about how to bring about a enormous catastrophe. Through their one of your opponents, Silas, was also collecting a lot of these various amulet bits. You ended up recently, after talking to a sage, the Queen of the Elves gave you this orb that would help you insulate yourself against the amulet's power, and then you went to the Fire Temple to find a staff that would connect to the orb, and it would widen that influence, so you guys should all be protected against those amulets' influence to just suck away the life from things. I think you still have the amulets, right? No.
I don't think so.
And you've been noticing, I think, and you guys have been finding that more and more priests of Silas's order seem to be kind of infusing, augmenting their bodies with elemental magic. So, instead of bones, the more advanced priests will have rock. Instead of blood, they'll be kind of using fire. So, they're kind of slowly replacing themselves to their organic selves to make themselves these kind of elemental machines in some way. And you initially, after going to the Fire Temple, you found that the amulet had been stolen, the delegate was gone, but there was this staff that you needed, and you solved these funny little door puzzles to get to the staff, got your way out, and on the way out you noticed that all these priests had reopened that portal to the elemental plane, and they were starting to flood back in, and you had to make a quick, hasty escape back to the airship where Paddington waited you on.
I thought we destroyed all of their artifacts that let them do that.
They had agents.
Artifacts version 2 hiding in the back.
I'm your god, Chase. Don't you forget it.
So what have we learned? It's not worth closing elemental portals, guys.
But yeah, it's not in the same level of it melting down the town. But then all these other kind of people came in when they found that stuff had gone awry. I'm gonna dump the dice out here, so you have lots. And I think you have yours, Foxy. Did I give you those? You found them.
Yep.
Great, go you. Awesome. So then you jumped on the airship. As you all were taking off with Giles at the helm, kind of steering you all away from town, you see the city. You, I think, still remember that there was a kind of path in the elemental plane to wherever all those shipments were going and coming from. So it looked like what was happening when you were investigating the Fire Temple. They were kind of using its power to fuel this portal, along with these kind of special objects to almost bring shipments. So it looks like they were carrying. That's where you can find the deck of many things. They were carrying a lot of powerful magical focuses in through the elemental plane towards somewhere. Now as the airship takes off, Giles at the helm, you all are pretty beat up from your recent excursion. You look over the edge of the airship. The town is kind of on fire from both, the main mansion where that was kind of sitting on top of the Fire Temple. There's tons of elementals seething around there. There's more coming in from the surrounding forests, and they're kind of like any of the fire elementals are kind of burning as they go. And now you are on Giles' airship. You have the completed staff. I forget the name of it.
Did we take a long rest?
You have the completed Song of the Four Winds.
Ooh, wait, I don't remember that. What's that?
Well, it's more like 3.5 wins,
Oh, that's the staff.
So it has it has kind of the four elemental kind of bands running through it, and then I think you put the headpiece on. If not, you should. And
did.
Yeah, you did, because
Do we
then
know where
its
we're going
power
next?
expanded.
Did we take a long rest on the airship?
Yes. Go ahead, take a long rest.
Yay!
Alright, I'll let you guys refresh, and then we'll...
Back up to 58 health points.
So we're long resting.
So
Is Paddington with us?
Paddington, yeah. When he came out of the jungle, it looked like he had some sort of like provocative clothing, kind of like hanging over his gargoyle form.
Looks good on you.
Goes like that. So as you recover from your long rest, you hear kind of a like whoop, like a klaxon going off in the ship, like whoop whoop, and Giles is still around, like, oh god, I didn't know. I thought I was the only one with one of these things. And you look over the edge, and you start to see kind of these dirigibles. Are not exactly as nice as Giles' airship, but they are kind of these weird amalgamations of rock, of these kind of like red coils of light, and there's kind of like a huge fire, like, you know, flooding into some sort of. So there's this kind of like magical constructs that seem to be rising up from different cities, and most of them are pretty far away from you all right now, but they're kind of these like large, like almost bits of stone that have just been shoved up off the ground and given some propulsion, and atop them you see a few of these more potent elemental priests, the ones that have kind of gotten those multicolored clothes.
Well, that seems not good.
Do they look like they're chasing us, or are they just sort of?
Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
And Giles, are those friends of yours?
Oh, you know, I make lots of friends, but those types seem a little different than what I normally see in the skies. You know, usually it's the sky pirates and, you know, the wenches that come with all that.
So your people is what I'm saying.
Yes, indeed. I've always been a musician, sky pilots. That's what I do.
I mean, you do have the perfect leading man persona. So.
I know. I am the hero. I am.
I mean, that much is clear to me, and I once again must profusely thank you for our
Would you two stop flirting, please?
And Paddington, you see Paddington kind of like cut in and like push you back and be like...
And I just kind of gently stroke Paddington's shoulder.
He says... He gives you a thumbs up. He appreciates that.
I rolled a 14.
Okay, so you get the sense that they probably haven't, like the ship is among the clouds. There's like a lot of what looks like storm fronts brewing around west, or what's this called, the Desert Valley. A lot of storm fronts, so they probably haven't spotted you all yet, but they are looking for something.
And I'll turn to everyone. Those are most likely a coincidence, right? That shouldn't have anything to do with us, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
No, where have you been this whole time?
I mean, I don't know. I just...
He's in the elemental plane.
I was just poking around, looking around. There wasn't much going on. I figured I'd pop back out. We were back in the airship. We're flying away, and all of a sudden we have whatever that is going on. And
so, because of you just coming in from the elemental plane, you noticed that in the plane there were these kind of lights of power going off, and some of them beneath where these dirigibles are rising, but other areas you're not really sure what the source of these kind of power spikes were. And you also saw an extremely bright light far off to the north.
And I'll turn to everyone. And I mean, I was just waking up, so I'm not quite sure what it was that I saw, but the super bright light to the north. One of you, or no?
No. As shining as my personality is, it was not I.
So not really.
And this is in the elemental plane.
Yeah, and so so what you're saying is you didn't see anything, or
I only saw you appear out of nowhere and dirigibles rise.
Well, in that case, there's something brewing, shall we say? I'd
When
like
is
to
there not?
I'd like to believe that we didn't have anything to do with it. We're just humble travelers, of course. But if I were a betting man, I'd say north seems fairly dangerous. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on, but it's quite bright. It's very loud. I'm not quite sure what to think. But if we could just, divert ourselves away, I'd be much appreciative.
We were fine without you. I don't know where you came from.
In that case, I'll just sort of pop myself back in the elemental plane and hang out there on the edge.
So, as you jump into the elemental plane, you suddenly see these kind of beacons of light start to... Because you're still wearing the amulet, right?
I've got two of them on.
Yeah. So then all of a sudden, like, You hear, Master, our other halves are calling us. Calling for us, sir. We may have to... And they seem almost straining to kind of be able to talk. We are having trouble maintaining our loyalty, sir. And then you see those kind of bright, those like sources of power that represent the ships. They start to kind of immediately hone in on where you are and start to...
Sort of Sauron style?
Yeah, so they immediately start turning... They probably haven't spotted you exactly yet, but they are... All of them shift in the general direction of you.
Alright, so I'll pop back into the non-ethereal plane. Like, on second thought, I do like it quite better over here. Just so everyone knows, there are a few of our friends that may or may not, still not admitting it was us, that may be headed this direction. I'm not sure at all what they'd be after.
What did you do?
All I know is they seemed quite intent on our location. So, Giles, if you would, the fire, what's this, afterburner, whatever you've got, we could use it right about now.
How fast could this piece of junk go?
I'm not against throwing Paddington over to save weight.
Well, it can go pretty fast, but you know I do need a crew. And so everybody get
offer you these 3.
So everybody get a D6.
Oh gosh. Our favorite.
Oh, yes.
Quick question.
Is it a cat
If
lever?
I could pass without trace,
let me get
cover
some
the
of this
whole
stuff.
ship, or is it just...
It probably could. So you still have some options for stealth before you go. So yeah,
It covers just the middle of the ship. It's really weird. There's a front and a rear of the ship, but damn it, there's nothing in the middle.
So where's
What a
we're
weird
trying to go right
action.
now?
I don't know.
We don't really have a...
I mean,
think it's
maybe
just
just shoot
escape.
the back part? I don't know.
There's probably
okay.
no one on it.
So you probably don't
probably
need
already
the
dead.
navigation D6 yet, but I have it ready. I'm gonna get
Which
some
temples
extra
have we
paper
done?
from this dude.
All of them.
We've done all the temples.
We have everything.
You
So
have
it's just
all
the
of
big
them.
baddie that we're basically
Yeah.
trying to...
Pretty much just head in that direction.
It was to the north with the giant sphere of light.
Plot twist, it's Epiconus.
Yeah. That's
would
why
be
he's
good.
not here.
Yeah, what would you guys do if one of you becomes the evil one? That'd be like a
I
fun
would be
game of Mafia.
surprised. Yeah. It's a D&D game where one person's actually the big bad.
I'm sure it's been done. That sounds
Yeah.
like...
Yeah.
Okay.
I've also heard of campaigns where they actually have 2 groups that like run simultaneous nights with the same DM, but they'll basically be trying to do like similar things, but like enter the dungeon through different parts and like try to leave
Episode
traps
of
and try to
Community.
screw people up.
Like the episode of Community.
Is that what they did? I remember I saw that. I saw that episode. I just don't remember what they did in
Yeah, the
that.
second one they split up and the DM goes back and forth, and it's like
Yeah.
a father and a son trying to reunite.
Yeah, we watched that
Yeah, we
last
watched
time.
it together.
Alright. So we don't do this just yet. So you guys are... I'm just going to leave the sky pretty open right now. So you guys are in the open sky. There are very far, this is probably like miles away, there's these land masses, and y'all are right here. Or those are your kind of opponents in the open sky. There's some cloud cover. You all can try to hide the ship. You all can try to do some stealth, or you can try to run in a particular direction.
Okay.
But it looks like they are trying to... never mind, never mind. That will take some observation, I think, on your part to figure out what's going on. Alright.
I would like to do some observation, please.
Roll perception.
Weird. I wonder where you got that plan from.
So it says
You don't have
every
enough data yet.
creature I choose within 30 feet has a plus 10 to stealth.
22.
So it depends on how big the airship is, I guess.
But I mean, does that mean that it only
22.
affects
You see that some
Creatures.
of
the
them
creatures?
are not heading directly
But it-
towards you.
They're trying to head us
Yeah,
off.
I don't know.
Okay.
A veil of shadows and silence radiates from you. I don't know if that would like
Ooh.
cover
I mean, it is a veil,
it's a
so...
veil, but it also says creatures get a plus 10 bonus to stealth. So I don't know if the ship is.
We'll give you guys advantage on the stealth checks, but you're gonna all have to succeed. You can do like the plus 10, but like they're gonna be looking pretty hard.
Okay.
But yeah, go ahead. You can do pass without trace. Sorry, I'm eating a cookie.
Cookie.
Also,
Right.
it looks like they might be trying to head us off, guys. I rolled a 22 in perception, so
That's how you
somewhat
know.
likely. Well, he at least said not all of them are heading straight toward us. That's my interpretation.
Okay,
All right.
I'm gonna go ahead and cast it.
Alright.
It is
Cast
done.
back without a trace.
Yeah.
Some of the direction. Let me see.
So do we all roll stealth?
Alright. So 2 of them are staying relatively on course towards you. And other 2 seem to have lost their direction. They're not heading as directly towards where you guys, or they're kind of switching their course. They look a little confused and lost.
Didn't we have to roll? Or?
No, I just rolled. Well, for whether they succeeded your initial,
Oh, okay.
yeah. But you guys can definitely roll stealth, please. And then
That was a 19.
Yeah,
I
what's
mean,
the plus
I
two?
am pretty stealthy, so. And you passed us without a
19.
trace, correct?
Yeah.
Which I'm very happy they have
I
that
rolled
plus
for the
10.
ship. And
Oh my gosh. That's a natural.
that's a nat 1.
But that is
Yeah, you
a.
can roll. This one's better luck.
But that is
This
a.
one-
That is a
The
nat
ruby one
20,
is-
though.
The ruby one rolls bad.
The
Does
ruby
that
one rolls
balance
bad.
out?
Yeah, how does that work?
I don't get to add all the stuff if it's a crit fail.
Huh?
I don't add anything if it's like a.
Yeah, you do fail a check if you roll a nat 1.
And so you cancel out my nat 20.
But you succeeded, so you got a nat 20. So we'll say that it's pretty static. There's kind of 2 that seem to have lost their direction towards you. There's 2 that are still angling in.
I'll look over. Giles,
Yes.
how high can this thing fly?
I mean, can make the Kessel run less than 12 parsecs, so pretty high.
That does sound like something someone high would say. Yes.
I know some of those words.
I mean, pretty high sounds pretty good to me. I don't know.
Okay, so you guys want to go up?
That's just one poor gnome suggestion.
You could also go down.
That is also a suggestion. Down would be where there's more rock, and
We
they
could
tend to
stealth.
control that. I don't know.
They also
seemed
control
away.
the air, don't they?
Yes, but I'm not afraid of air hitting me in the face.
I've never been in a tornado.
Still preferable to
Devastated
getting
my village.
smacked by a boulder, I believe.
Boulders can't fly in tornadoes. But I see where you're coming from. Alright,
I
perhaps
say
we
let's
go
go.
high.
Yeah.
Okay, so you all go up. So you go up, higher elevation, and Giles pulls back on the wheel. The ship rocks as it goes higher and higher, and you are leaving mostly these folks behind. You see one of them, like you see, because you're above the cloud cover at this point. So you see one of them. You see a few of them connect, and they start dumping people onto like one of these things, and then it starts to be able to like
Is that a murderer?
levitate higher and harder.
Okay, so they needed the magic to get up higher. Okay.
And then these 2 enormous land masses just
It's silence.
collapse down to the ground. Oh, hello!
The big bad has arrived.
Yeah, we decided that you were a double
Potatoes.
agent for evil.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. I
Yeah,
was.
It seemed like the most likely scenario.
You spoiled it. I
Guilty.
brought things.
Oh yeah, all the things.
All
like
things.
All the things.
So
Wow, I
many.
have so many bags now. Too many. Some
I think we're all becoming bag ladies. So
Yeah,
that's a good
no.
idea.
I have
Can I
like
grab a
3
spot
bags.
somewhere on the couch?
No.
Yeah.
Yes, I am. Let's scoot back further. I'm enough away.
Oh, noes.
Nose indeed.
Cool.
Here, I can take that. Your food's over there.
Thank you. Sorry to interrupt.
No worries.
Yeah.
We're just trying to
And
fly our airship away from danger. So
Good, good, good.
We're in an airship chase. Somewhat. I know.
the diet caffeine-free A&W. It's amazing. Tastes like candy.
there's a lot of words in the name of that.
Yeah. This is America. I can have a lot of words. And
This is true power.
You're not wrong. If it's anything like New Zealand, probably it's.
Feels bad, man.
One of the
Is that a December song?
is just
Yeah.
potato.
It's like, what do I know?
It's a good option, okay? The people at the factory were like, we got one more button slot left, what should we do with it? I know Jenkins potato. Yes, give that man a raise.
Reheat beverage frozen dinner? Potato.
I didn't even know that.
Wait, what?
You can
Our
cook
microwave
potatoes
just has a
microwave.
solo
It's true.
potato option.
Oh, yeah, we do sweet potatoes in there.
Maybe we
You
should
can only
put
do
that-
one though. It's not potatoes. That's
Yeah.
Potato.
Although I have done two at the same time.
Boil
I
and
mean,
mash
you
and stick
wild
in
woman
I
too.
know.
Imagine sticking in the microwave.
We live
the nuke. Mash and
dangerously.
stick in the nuke.
Laugh in the face of danger.
Oh, man.
Is there whiskey that's
Potato.
appropriate to grab some?
Oh yeah, anything is good. I think the Blanton's is pretty bomb. The Johnny whatever is pretty good.
Awesome. Thank
There's
you.
also a bunch of bullets, so help yourself.
Wait, where are these blue dice from?
He stole them from a kid.
Sounds like something Hypochondrius would do.
Yeah.
I might actually.
These
pour
come
myself
free
a
with
whiskey,
something?
Come to
Or-
think of it.
Which one's playing?
Oh, I think
Oh,
they
it's
might
the one
have
with
come
the
with
horse on
something.
If they came with, it sounded like you got the starter set, and I think the starter set had a
Oh,
bag of
yeah,
dice.
you're right.
Well, this one.
Nice.
I really liked this last time.
Oh yeah, Blanton's is delish.
Is that an alright?
Want some volleyball?
Yeah.
I mean, as long as you're all getting whiskey.
Sorry,
I know. I was like,
Disrupt.
disrupt.
I mean, this just happened.
I should put a sweater on anyways. I'm chilly.
Everyone knows you can't have a dirigible chase
I mean-
sober.
That's true. It's actually written in your licensing agreement.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sorry.
Well, I mean, that's true.
No, it'll be good because things are about to get a little more complicated, so it's better to have better to have all the brave souls than work just lasted forever. Hey man, it's part of a new startup. Get
Yeah.
hype.
Is that the one that we got from the Nicest of the
Yeah,
World?
that's the whiskey of the world. That one's pretty tasty. Put myself a little bit. That's nice. Now my DMing is going to be much less accurate and much more off the cuff. So
Just how I like it.
yeah, yeah, sure. You guys killed the thing. Great. You're super.
Take a shot and it's dead down. Do it.
Yeah, you go.
Yeah, you just get a free 10 hit points off of any enemy as long as you take a shot.
Yeah, that's gonna be a new rule. If you want to heal for 5 hit points instantly,
5 is a lot. Or 5 is not a lot for taking a shot.
Yeah.
I mean, we ain't trying to stay sober.
I mean, when things hit you for like 20, I mean, I feel like you should be able to recover a hit per shot. Or no, that should just be
The shot is the good berry.
The utility is if you're on death's door and you need to have a quick bounce back to life.
You get to mitigate a death saving throw if you take a shot.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, you get an automatic save. You gotta take 3 shots or you're dead. How much do you really care about this character?
You know, some things are worth it.
Nothing particularly clinical yet.
And that way, if you die, at least you're drunk.
Yeah, you know, it's a good way to go. Are you not a fan?
No, it feels like it tastes different than it has before. Just a little bit more alcoholic.
Open the file.
It's weird.
Double click.
Maybe it's all the herpes you have that are affecting your taste buds.
Yeah, I mean, super.
Yeah.
I just look at someone. Herpes. So yeah. Now you can point at people and give them disease.
I mean, that
It's
is
like the
Power ever.
disease.
yeah. What if that was your superpower, but all you could do was give them like a mild runny nose?
That would be the most fun.
You have a headache.
you are just going to be mildly uncomfortable in perpetuity.
That would be like the most cruel, but like effective. Like I feel like everybody at my office that I worked would have a runny nose
Yeah.
all the time.
It's
Oh,
like
you're feeling.
keep sassing me.
Yeah.
you.
Feel bad, Chase? You feel
Yeah,
worse?
I'm not feeling great today.
That's a great.
How's everybody
Yeah.
That's a
doing?
premise for a book right
Oh,
there.
pretty
You're
good.
a premise
I
for a
really
book.
like to see. It really sucks to burn through all those PTO days. Doesn't it?
Yeah. See you during crack time.
Oh, it looks so good.
Mixed with some bourbon.
Did you do some bourbon? And,
Yeah.
You're smart
I
lady.
just didn't feel like
And it
plain
just needs a
bourbon
big
yet.
scoop of vanilla ice
Are
cream.
you
to top it
not?
off.
What? You
Young
are.
lady?
Hey, put her out there.
You're gonna
She's
stay.
banned.
You're banned.
I appreciate that you guys card cat too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's her. I've been a brat. She gets just
Well,
called by
cat's
her.
short for Catatafish, which is her full name.
Her little is told. We made Foxwatch Levy Rings.
That's one of the best.
That is so good.
I immediately changed her name to Catatafish.
I am the Sparrow Prince.
Just the song is so good.
Have you seen this South Park? It's absolutely ridiculous. Yeah.
I think I saw it way back in like elementary school or middle school, whenever that came out. For me.
Hopefully middle
Right at the
school
age
and
where it can
elementary
star you
school.
for
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
So you go on adventures. Anyways, it's actually what you discover is that this is all a dream. Okay, so pretty much what's happened is as you've escaped on Giles's Pleasure Cruise airship,
The Merryweather.
it's my birthday. That's the best. But yeah, as the ship is taking off, you get into kind of cloud cover. You notice that these kind of land masses that seem to be imbued with elemental power start to break off from the ground. Twitchley Switch, when he was in the elemental plane, also noticed that there seem to be other elemental surges of power starting to happen around, and there's an enormous elemental surge of power further away to the north. So you snap back to reality. You've decided to increase altitude in your airship, kind of straining Giles' airship, it's like in true Star Trek mode, where like everyone's like, oh no, and you're rising up into the stratosphere. Everybody give me a Constitution saving throw.
22.
I too like to save the Constitution.
All right, so you saved. It's not a crazy hard check. Yeah, if you got above the 16, you saved.
How does 5 plus a small number work for you?
Yeah,
so
similar. 7.
I'm looking up that small number, but I promise it's going to disappoint me.
17.
17
Okay.
also.
All right, and then you got
7.
7. Okay.
Yeah,
So
it's a low Constitution, but all of those points are specifically about altitude.
By the way, the number was 0. How does 5 work for you?
So both of you failed. So you guys are going to take.
Eardrums pop.
Oh, I love these.
You guys are going to take.
$5.
You're going to take 3 points of strangulation damage, and you're going to take one of these for lightheadedness.
I'm okay, thank you.
Ready? 1, 2, olay.
Did we regain any health since the last session?
Yeah, we took
You
a
took a
long
long
rest.
rest. Yes, that's right. Good call.
Yeah, let me do that real quick,
Yeah.
because I'm not doing amazing.
Were you pretty low?
Not too bad. Less than half, though. Or half, basically.
Okay, so then pretty much as you all rise in altitude, 3 of these kind of floating chunks of landmass join together. You see the various sorcerers or elemental sorcerers that are on these items jump to one of them. The other 2 landmasses just kind of drift off and fall, and just you hear these like enormous like thuds that just kind of, and you just see like smoke just kind of plume up from wherever the hell these huge things fell. And then the third one is starting to rise towards altitude to you. So it's still a little ways behind. And yeah.
Do we have any boosters?
Yeah, so you can go ahead and explore the ship. So now we can go ahead and make
Giles,
it-
if you can't outrun a floating mountain, what kind of ship are you running here?
And he says, "Well, this is a little out of my normal pay grade. I mean, that's land. All right, so
Andrea specifically said he'll pay you double. If you
so everybody get your d6s.
Is that a slice of cheese?
No.
Yes.
I wish. I wish. Oh, I'm just gonna move that.
All right, great. That's going to be another obstacle. Okay, so you all are in a pretty tight chase right now because they've gained a little bit. So the way the d6 works is, and I can write it down again here, it is 1 is fast, go fast. I'm sorry, I'm really smelly. I went to the gym.
So get
2
on
is stop.
Or slow.
3 is left. Yeah, well, it's like you trying to pull a stop. 4 is right. 5 is, make an attack, special, and then 6 is do some action. All right, you ready? So
Which direction are we facing?
Which is
so you're the little brown one.
Facing that way?
Yeah, and you're facing that way where the little arrow is pointing. And out here seems to be open and clear sky. Excuse me. I told you I'd be drinking whiskey.
Okay. Alright.
Alright, so get your d6s ready. Pick your number.
How
Don't
far
tell
away?
anybody.
How far away are they?
We're
right
not
now?
rolling.
You don't have to roll. You can choose the number you want. Like,
Oh,
do it fast.
right.
And so if 2 people choose left, you'll turn
Very
5,
left.
10 degrees left.
Yes. Okay.
Or probably 15, 30. And then if 2 people press go, if one person press go, one person press stop, you stand still. If 2 people press go, one person says stop, you go slow. That's how it is.
Okay.
Okay, so ready?
And wait, how far behind are they? How many
They are about 20 feet. And
Okay.
you can, in those special moves, there are certain items and things on Giles' airship that you can, with a exploration, try to test, throw. You'll probably have to do a quick perception check to see what's around. So that'll probably have to be 1 turn, and then you can use whatever you find. All right, so ready? Phase 1. Ready, set, go. So hold up your numbers here.
6.
6.
3.
What?
So you're going fast. 5, 6, 3. So you take a left and go straight. So that's great. And then
6.
everybody who chose a special, or everybody who chose a 5 and attack, what do you want to do?
Can I look around to see what type of guns or anything?
Yeah, so give me a perception check.
I believe that's a 9. Let me double check. That is a 9.
Alright, so in the
Can
back...
I throw a piece of paper at him or something?
Yeah, in the back of the boat, you see these kind of weird, blobby looking things kind of tied down under a rope. They seem to be dirigible. You're not really sure what they do with that. Check. And then to your right on the other side of the boat, you see what looks like a really old kind of crank crossbow.
I'll do the crossbow.
Okay. So you can run up to the crossbow on this turn, then you'll have to shoot it on the next one with 5. All right. People who chose 6.
Looking around for useful things.
All right.
Not
so same thing.
necessarily. I didn't choose attack, so I assume.
Oh, no worries. Yeah. So go ahead. So you look around. Go ahead and roll me perception.
I assume I should do the same if I rolled 6.
Yeah.
If that's what you want to do, unless you want to try to
25.
Nice.
All right.
Hot
So
damn.
you see, you notice those dirigible things are floating mines, so that they are attached to these kind of floating things where they have a armed weapon beneath them that'll blow up on contact. You also see a set of hooks and ropes, and then you see what looks like a really massive anchor that is that you could unwind from the bottom of the ship if something's beneath you.
I tell everybody.
Cool. All right. So then
Sweet.
those dirigible things are floating mines. So you pretty much take one out.
Dirigibles? I thought we
Those
were on a dirigible.
those balloons you saw.
Oh,
Those
the slimy
those
things?
orbs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So if you take one of those out, you throw it behind the ship. It'll stay here on the map somewhere and block their path.
With my special action, can I just run to the back of the ship
Yes.
and take cover or something?
Yeah.
Is there a spot
Flip
at the back
them
of the? Yeah, basically, I'm gonna moon them.
Yeah.
Is there a spot at the back of the ship where it would be prudent to, for future turns, kind of hide in while I'm not actively attacking?
Yes. So you see, there's kind of that area where those dirigibles are. There's kind of a barrier in the back, and with a small slot in the center where it's an archer, for example, would lean out, shoot, and go back behind cover.
So I would like to go there.
Alright, so you
and
go
take
there.
Cover.
Awesome. So then, ready? Get those dice ready. Next round. And so what they're going to do in this turn is they are going to. You're going to see these 3 hooks rocket out from this island, attached to ropes, and they seem to be almost supercharged with some sort of mystical force. And they will. Who wants to roll? Who's got the? Yeah. Who wants to roll? Athletics.
Pretty good athletics.
I have
Alright.
decent athletics.
Not acrobatics, huh?
Oh, you said intelligence?
Yeah. So who wants to roll
I've got a
athletics?
+6 to athletics.
All right, so go ahead
Oh,
and
you do it.
yeah.
Should I do it? Okay, I'll do
So the first hook is going to hit, and you have one chance to get rid of it.
it. I haven't been rolling great, but let's see. That's a nat 1.
All right, so you grab at this hook that's kind of lashed into the back of the ship. It's going to dig into the wood, like even despite your best efforts, it digs into the wood. You see the ship start to list to the right, and the ship is going to take. It doesn't have a very big pool. It's going to take 5 damage.
Giles, you piece of ship is falling apart.
It's not. It's a pleasure cruise. It's not built for fighting.
Neither
The
are
other
you.
hook is going to miss, and the other hook is two nat ones. Go, you guys.
Wow.
So the 2 other hooks fly and fall off, but you see what looks like a figure on the other side of this rope starting to work their way across the rope.
Snip.
Oh gosh.
So no scissors, I have an axe.
All right, so get those dice ready if that's what you want to do.
All right.
Would that be an attack or a special action?
It would be an attack on the rope, and the challenge is because you lost. It's gonna have more life because it was a very successful hook, so it'll have a little more life. You'll have less time, or you'll have probably less time to remove it or cut the rope before that person reaches you. All right, so ready? Get your dice ready. Are we going straight, left, right, doing something special? And you guys aren't going very fast. You're still cruising pretty slow. So ready, set, drop them. All right, and hold up what you put. So we got
I'll go fast.
5, so a bunch of attacks and 2 speed. Okay, great. So you all rocket ahead. The island kind of kicks on the rope. You see the guy swing from it, and you guys are accelerating really quickly towards this diet A&W can in the sky. This is like mountain peaks.
That's
sticking
right.
out to the clouds, you know.
Can shape.
Yeah,
I can
a spherical.
I can see it.
Yeah. And then the 5s. So we got a lot of attackers. Tell us what's going on.
I would like to attack the rope.
All right, so roll an attack.
I get 2 attacks.
Great, roll them both.
It's a nat 20.
All right,
Nice.
crit.
Another attack. Is it also a nat 20?
That
Wow.
will be a bunch of crits.
That makes up for my nat 1, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Then you
That
gotta go.
happened.
I don't know. They were both
weird.
legit rolls.
I
It
know.
tumbled both
Now you gotta
times.
go and buy a lottery ticket.
So, should I roll?
Yeah, roll double dice, same modifier.
D6. Okay. But do I add do I add? Because
Same
it's 2
thing as
nat
always.
20.
Does the modifier get doubled?
It's whatever the modifier always is.
But I got 2 nat 20, so shouldn't it be the modifier? Or do I just double? I double
You
each.
still double the dice. Yeah,
Okay,
because
got
if
it.
you only got one nat 20, you'd only double the dice for one of those 2 attacks. Oh, I appreciate you making sure you're like, oh, is there more stuff I can get? I like that. Smart. You're going to need it.
Okay, so that's for my 2 attacks. I got
Yeah.
18, and
Okay.
then do I roll 4 more dice since it's doubled?
Or just
What are you
double the
ta-
number.
didn't
Because
you already
it's
double your
2d6,
dice?
2d6 per attack. I hit both attacks.
So you should roll
crit.
46 plus whatever it is.
Per attack.
86.
It should be 8, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, because you
Yeah.
if
Yeah,
you
yeah,
roll
yeah.
2d6,
Just making
you
sure,
would
that
roll
seems like a
46
lot.
per attack.
Yeah, okay, that
Yeah,
rolled
that's
like,
right.
That seemed like
That's
a lot.
right, that's right.
Okay, so that's 18, 22, 27, 31, 32 plus 4, 36 points of damage.
So, 36.
Yeah.
So you take a huge swing, hit the rope, but it seems like there are almost coils of a similar kind of material, like the fire material that you saw that was kind of composing the
36
staff.
points of damage, huh?
It's a tough rope. But yeah, so you cut through the majority of it, but one of those strands is still holding this
Okay.
kind of like glimmering red strand. All right, who's next?
I'll attack.
Yeah. All right.
Do I see? Is this happening simultaneously, or do I see the state of the rope after she attacks it?
You see that it's pretty beat up. Yeah. So it can happen sequentially.
Okay, I'm gonna attack. So I'm gonna magic missile at 2nd level. Let's just say. So that's 4 darts. I'm gonna do 2 darts onto the rope and then 2 at the person.
Okay.
Well, person's on the rope above absolutely nothing, right?
Might as well just do all the rope.
Well, no, is the person on the rope?
Yeah, he's on the rope. He's on the rope. working his way towards you.
And if he could fly, he wouldn't be using the rope.
But he could hold on to the rope and climb back, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, he could swing back and slam into the side of the floating mountain. I'm okay with
And
that.
try to climb up the rope over. Yeah. I'll take 2 of the magic missiles at the rope where
Okay.
she hit it, and then the other 2. Is there anything on the? Well, how far is the other ship?
It's maybe, I would say, 100 feet back.
Okay, range 120 feet. Do I see any other targets on that ship?
Yes, you see 3 of the people, of like the priests that have like the 4 colors, and they seem to be almost just like kneeling, pressing their hands to the ground beneath them. And then there's a few of these like acolytes, like the person that's running along the rope, that only have maybe 1 or 2 colors.
Which
There's
one?
probably like 3 acolytes, and then the minus the one that's crawling over to get to you guys.
Which one has the biggest hat?
They all have kind of like hoods, or the older priests are bald.
Hmm.
And they seem to have
Doesn't
like,
follow
these
the
weird-
typical pattern of big hat equals big bad. Got it.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay,
when you
so
see
we'll do-
Silas, he's gonna have a huge hat.
1, 3, so that's 4 plus 10. 14 damage to the rope.
Okay.
It's 14 damage to the rope, and then I'll target the other 2 missiles at whatever of the 3 guys that have multiple 3 colors.
Mhm.
I'll target it whichever one has the most red,
Okay.
unless they have the same amount, in which case the center guy.
All right.
And that's going to be what does that say? 4. 4.
Nice.
So 8 plus 10, 18 at that guy.
So 18 to the guy on the rope. Or the
No,
one
no,
that's
the
holding
one
up
of
the
the.
rope?
You said there
One
were
of the
3
bald guys,
acolytes
yeah.
with 3 colors or 4 colors.
Or wait, yeah, one of like the lesser. Like there's the guys with 4 colors. 3 of them that are like seem to be managing the island.
Yeah.
And there's 3 guys that are just.
I want to hit
lessers.
one of those guys.
Okay.
I want to hit one of the island managers.
Okay, cool. So then, one of the island managers.
Assistant to the island.
The associate
to
island
the regional
managers are on
island.
the rope.
Karen asking to see the manager, of course.
So it was 15 to that island manager, right?
18.
18.
Okay. And then
14 to the split
14
rope.
to the rope. So the rope frays, and you see the guy it goes loose in his hands, and it
Do we
rocks
get a
him
Wilhelm
back.
scream out of him?
You hear the Wilhelm scream as he whips back. Because the island is kind of conical, the bottom of it, because it was kind of just torn out of the ground, he doesn't necessarily hit rock on his way back, but he's kind of swinging helplessly from the rope and trying to get his way back up. They're going to make another set of rope attacks.
Wait, I haven't gone yet.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Can I use my attack to deploy one of the mines?
Yes, you can indeed.
Okay, so I'm gonna pick up one of the floating mines and
Mhm.
toss it like towards the
Mm-hmm.
in the path of the ship behind us, the island.
Beautiful. So you take one of the mines, you drop it successfully here, and this is your path. So it's probably like right about here, and then as the island starts to gain on you, you see the guy holding the rope. The mine starts approaching him, and you see him kind of scream in terror as the mine hits him, blows up, and he finally lets go of the rope and falls into the clouds beneath.
Right.
Got him.
Got him. Okay, great. So that one is, and they were getting pretty close, so they're probably going to throw another rope will hit. You guys can do a quick reaction to who's got
Right.
the strongest to try to wrench it free.
It's the athletics again.
Yeah, it'll be
Maybe I'll roll
athletics.
better.
Can I make a
It's a
I want
14.
if they
14. So you're able to kind of loosen it a little bit, but it doesn't affix as sturdily as the last one.
if they end up throwing more ropes, I would like to make an argument for an acrobatics roll to stop one should the need arise.
Midair.
I want to, sort of flying kick it as it's coming in. You know.
Like a bicycle
Gracefully.
kick?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
bicycle kick. Yeah.
Yeah, you can definitely try that.
I will.
Okay, so everybody get your D6s ready.
So wait, so is this a path over here, or is that just nothingness?
What's that?
Is this like a path out?
That would
Or
be a
is this-
path out.
Okay.
This is a path out. Anything that's not... So these are just kind of like mountain peaks that are sticking out through the clouds.
Okay.
Hmm?
I'm just trying to figure out which way we should go.
Ready? 1, 2, drop them.
Whichever one is.
All right, we got to let it go fast. I like that.
3.
3. Okay, so we got
Okay, 2 3s. That's good.
2 lefts and a right.
Wait, what?
You did right.
Yeah.
Because this is a path.
Oh.
So
Well, that's fine. It'll be a
2
slight
lefts and a
left.
right is actually not bad.
Yeah, it's a
I
slight
know, I was
left.
gonna
Bunch of
say,
action
I thought
positive.
it was
And then
gonna
you were a
cancel
5,
out.
right?
I was a 1.
I was
You're
1.
2 ones and 1 left.
Yeah.
Is the net.
Yeah.
Yeah, great. So you accelerate a little bit. They probably will only get, because you are accelerating fast enough, they'll only get 1 throw at you this time. Or actually, 2 instead of 3.
Good job, team. It's good.
Okay.
Yeah, totally mentioned.
So,
Yep.
Brilliant move, countering, predicting that we
I
would
knew
both
Yeah.
that
pick
there would be
3s.
2 lefts. My games.
you two give me perception checks.
I'm so fucking perceptive.
I can perceive.
Ooh.
Can you?
How's an
25.
So
Perceive.
Feel that one.
you
He can
notice the light on his, or like that strange middle on his cloak, 'cause it's a cloak, right? That you're
Mine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you notice that middle kind of shimmer, and then you flicker into like the elemental plane, and you see a huge surge of power expand beneath you and your team, and this in this kind of area. So suddenly, this like kind of surge of light is right beneath your feet, and you notice a huge circular surge of light.
I have the Unobtainium Malorasium Infinitum, whatever cloak that lets me see into both the ethereal and physical planes.
And I'll look around and be like, guys, is that one of you?
No.
Is what one?
Is
One
what?
of us.
Can they not see it and I just noticed it?
No, you're the only people that have access to the ethereal or the elemental plane.
Oh, wizardy guy, you sure that's not you? You're kind of glowing pretty red hot over there.
I rolled an 8, right?
Yeah, you didn't notice neither like your material react nor the kind of glow of energy beneath you. That's
I just- I typically have a bit of a shine about me. Thank you.
I don't know what that coat of yours is supposed to do, but it's glowing white hot.
Did you
This
look at the
whole
spice again?
if only this whole area is looking pretty dicey.
Seeing as I'm the only person who seems to keep their clothes clean around here, it wouldn't surprise me that you have that reaction.
I do watch
Magic
them
spells that
multiple
can
times
clean
a day.
things for you. It's not fair.
That being said, I would recommend we make our
Yeah.
way out of the immediate vicinity. It doesn't look like we're going to be safe much longer.
Why?
Well, it's not my fault you can't see the blinding light around me.
All right, so
Yeah.
everybody get your d6s ready.
Whatever. Okay. Oh.
One, 2, 3. All right. 1, 1, 1, 1.
You're going fast.
All right, we're going real fast. So, unfortunately, there's
Ludicrous
still a
speed.
hook in the ship. So, 2 1s are going to get canceled out. You will still get 3, but it's going to lurch and try to go forward as this thing is starting to catch up
Does it hit the
a little
line
more
now?
readily.
We already
Oh, we blew up the guy with the
oh,
mine.
yeah.
oh,
So you
that's
killed
right,
one of
yeah.
their units. So you guys are getting a little closer. Because they've gained, they will.
You know you like it.
Damn, man, I'm rolling bad. Good for you. Only another hook is gonna fly out, hook into the back of the ship, and
She gets
you have a quick strength, or you can have an
Right.
athletics reaction if you're feeling
or
really great.
do acrobatics.
I would like
Acrobatics.
to
I
acrobatically,
haven't rolled
as I
that.
see it, the hook flying over, I would like to take, just like get up on the like railing of the deck and take just a calculated like frog kick at it and just like bat it out of the way
Don't
with
roll
my
a nat
foot.
1 right now because I feel like it'll fall off.
I can't roll nat ones anymore.
Even if it's a nat 1.
I get an
It's
automatic.
proficiency.
I get an automatic 10 as long as I'm proficient. and plus my acrobatics is plus 13. So we'll see.
So 23 and up.
And that is a nat 20 plus 13. So that is a 33 acrobatics.
So as this hook is sailing through the air, and the clouds are kind of parting behind its speed.
Do I kick one of them into the other one?
It goes through and impales 4 enemies.
Yeah, and the entire
All
island
3
falls.
of the island managers get knocked out, right?
So you're able to kick the hook really hard to the right. You see it's kind of the cord, whiplash super hard. It takes one of the guys that throws it. They fall back, and you see kind of a gout of blood as he hits one of the stones. The person who threw it. So there's probably going to be one fewer rope flying at you. And
There's some cheering from bystanders below.
Yeah, everyone clapped, I believe is how that went down.
all right.
No one will believe you.
And as this kind of rumbling sound, all of you start to perceive this rumbling sound now, rising from beneath.
Oh, now you believe me.
And you see that this little mountain peak starts to expand and grow, and it starts to
Fucking kidding me.
cover this route out.
Oh,
I
no.
chose so it starts to so these two mountain peaks merge together. This mountain is starting to grow up in front of you.
Giles, get your shit together, man.
You guys told me to go fast!
You're heading straight for a mountain, can't you see?
I'm sorry.
You have one job, steer the ship, Giles.
You told me to speed up! Alright, so get your D6.
I didn't think they were mutually exclusive, I'm sorry.
Get your D6s ready.
Oh gosh. Is it completely blocked now?
It's completely blocked.
Okay.
Okay. Then. Okay.
So there's still this path out.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright.
Are these also made of rock?
Where's this?
The obstacles, are they also made out of rock? The can and the...
Yeah, those
That's
are all
actually made of
mountain-
pure death,
They're
I
all
believe.
mountains.
Yeah, this is like a kind of a mountain
Is there an
range
option
on
to,
this
Go
side.
above it? Like, is there an option on the dice to rise?
You can certainly gamble and try. So that could be another thing to try as your special move. You want to try to drastically increase, and that would probably take multiple. So what would happen is you would probably forfeit, and you can do that now. Say, hey, if we want to try to go higher, we would forfeit half.
Cat.
Hey, woman.
She's like, great, you pay attention to me.
But yeah, you would forfeit your ability for for 3 of you to steer. If 3 of you wanted to group up and try to go higher.
Oh, you need 3 people to go higher?
Yeah, well, you need 3 people to try to, you would each probably roll against it, and then if you all succeeded, you would go higher.
I see.
You'd roll a
We
little
could
higher
just
if
stop
not.
dead and turn and try a different direction.
Yeah,
There's
and if you give me
options.
some really good flavor text on how you're planning on going higher, also.
Because are we still accelerating?
Yes.
Yeah, you're still accelerating. You're still going fast. Pretty fast.
Okay, ready?
Set. Go.
6.
So 5, 6. You're going slow, fast, so speed cancels out. You're going right,
I'm trying to turn the ship around.
and then 5 and 5, or 6 and 5. Okay, so what's going on with you guys?
I'd like to repair the ship.
Okay, so give me a what's the right check for that? I had it pulled up. To pull up D&D Beyond, so I can actually see.
You have to have the shipwright skill, I believe.
Yes. Oh, you don't have it. Ooh. Too
Really should have
bad.
thought ahead.
I'm proficient in get the fuck out of Dodge.
Yeah. That would probably be.
What did Dodge ever do to you?
Arcana, I agree.
I mean, that does seem to make the most sense.
I do know the history of boats very
I'm
well.
gonna say insight because you have to know how to work the boat, unless you can think of a better one. Maybe history if this is a really
like
old boat with a great and fabulous
You
history.
tell me what the...
Insight or history?
I have a choice. History.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
The only other one would potentially be
Oh, you had said
investigation
medicine.
to figure out what's wrong.
What's wrong? Yeah.
I think originally you had it be medicine.
Ooh.
Oh, that's right. It was.
Or survival.
Back in yon
Yeah.
How's
day.
your wisdom?
Or,
I know the history of medicine pretty well.
you know what? We can do. I think survival
Some
or medicine could be
leeches,
probably appropriate.
bleed
I think
it
they're
out.
both pretty
Survival or medicine? Okay, I'll just
Yeah.
do medicine. Even though I know
You
this,
heal
the
the
history of this boat super well.
Yeah.
13.
All right. So you're able to reduce. Give me a 1d. Or actually, you can get a 2d4 heal on this, and here's a d4 if you need it. Or
3. 1, so 4 damage.
all right.
It's only taken
Ship
5,
is
right?
almost, yeah, the ship is almost at full health
Because
now.
we're about to hit that mountain, so.
Yeah, I was preempting that a little bit.
All right, so everybody get your
Wait,
d6s
she's-
ready. Oh, wait, sorry, two more. Yeah, you
I
got your
wanted
thing.
to take a swing at one of the ropes. Actually, no. I'm gonna throw another mine. How many mines are there?
How many mines are there? There are lots.
Okay.
So you drop another mine? All right, you got it. Where did my pen go? I had a pen. Somewhere. It's because I'm done. There it is. All right, boom. So another mine right between you and the other ship. All right.
Cat.
So everybody.
She's just been doing that recently.
Kind of. A little bit.
Young lady, you gotta calm down. Be good. You're gonna get sprayed.
She's like, can you give me the rain?
I can smell food. I know it's there. All right, so they're gonna throw. See, the red one rolls so bad. Another hook hits the boat. All right, just be good. Don't be an idiot. All right, so another hook hits the ship. You have burned your acrobatics reaction, I think, at this point.
Can I do an athletics one?
Yes, so you can do an athletics check, or actually, because you see that this one has a strange glowing property,
Oh dear.
it would have to be an Arcana check at this point. So
Arcana?
yeah,
Oh.
go ahead and roll Arcana, and then you can switch the user the next time.
I don't have very good Arcana. If anyone else wants to take a reaction,
I don't. Wait, you
Oh,
said
You were
I
just
don't-
saying she has to do it, right?
Yeah, you have to do it this time because you're the one closest to it, I think. Or actually, you're close to the back because you said you were going to be positioned there, so you both
I'm in
can.
the back too, I think, because I'm
Yeah,
throwing.
because you're throwing the wrong. So
back.
all three of you who are in the back can do it.
10. That was with the 2, by the way.
Yeah, but
Okay.
you have the highest Arcana bonus.
So
Yeah.
you have so it's only one person roll. So if you already rolled, unfortunately, the hook hits
Good.
in very strongly, and you start now. There's two hooks in place. You feel the ship
well, maybe that'll
Really
slow us
start
down
to
so we don't
lurch
hit the mountain as
and
fast.
slow down.
Mhm.
You're almost to only one speed right now. Okay, so get those d6s ready.
Ooh, give me. We're facing straight at the can
Yeah.
from that side of the can. I know you can't see the dice from here.
Oh really? I can.
That's
No, no,
no,
that's
it's okay.
gonna be impossible to. Okay.
Ready, set, go.
Or I meant that. Sorry.
6, 5, 5, 5. All right, so we got a lot of attacks.
I'm the designated steerer, apparently. The only one that doesn't want to go
Alright,
directly
so
into the mountain.
Wesley, but you guys are moving real slow. You do turn. You're kind of facing generally where you want to go, but you're moving real slow. And you're actually at 0 movement right now because that.
Are we currently facing toward the
You're facing.
A&W mountains?
You're facing right this way, so
Okay.
you do have a kind of clear shot.
Okay.
We do now, next to somebody.
Unless.
Okay, so
Thank
attacks.
you.
Yeah.
All right, so attacks. Let's roll those attacks, folks.
Attack a rope.
Everybody, you guys attacking.
Rope.
It's an 11.
So you're doing rope, miss.
I get 2 attacks.
Yeah, go ahead and roll second one. Yeah, we'll do good.
That's a 19.
That'll hit.
Non-natural 20.
Natural 20, great. That'll hit.
What is the rope made of?
It seems to be a bit of what looks like normal twine, but then there's also like this elemental kind of glowing. You would have to do a Arcana check to get a really good sense of what it is, but you sense that there is some sort of magic binding it together.
So it's
making it
not
stronger.
plant matter.
No, it's not. No.
13 points of damage to the weaker rope.
All right, so the weaker rope starts to kind of, you can see it just kind of cavitating as it's sitting on the very edge. There she just let it be. She's happy.
I think I do get 2 attacks, but I can.
Yeah. Go
Can
ahead
I
and roll
choose
them
what
both.
the-
Or, yeah. Go ahead and choose your targets.
Okay, I'll start with the remainder of the weaker
All right, so on your first attack, go for it. And that one hit, right? Yeah.
It did hit, yeah. It's 9 points of damage.
So, and the rope stops.
Okay, my second attack, I will go for the other rope.
Okay. That one is a little bit stronger.
That's a 13.
That will miss.
I
Because it is just like whipping in the wind. Yeah.
I want a lightning bolt, which is a stroke of lightning forming a line 100 feet long. I want to do it along the rope.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's 5 feet wide. It just needs to make a dexterity saving throw, but
So it's probably not
it
gonna
says
save on that.
it ignites flammable objects in the area, and it does 8d6 damage. So how should that work?
Roll the
86
damage.
lightning damage.
Roll the damage. It will take full damage because it's inanimate. And
I got you.
27.
okay.
27 points of damage. Yeah.
So
And theoretically, if it is flammable, it is also ignited.
So immediately the the kind of the bits of like normal twine just burn away, but you see this kind of architecture of what looks like almost like DNA, where it's like this kind of twisting of these kind of elemental strands together. Most of them fray and break along that chain. There is just one last one. So it's 28, you said?
27.
27. Yeah, there's one last one holding on. Still just very, very strong, but yeah, just barely holding on. Okay. Now, they're going to throw some.
Didn't you roll a 6?
I still haven't done.
Yeah, do your
yet.
special action, yes.
So I've been on the ship before, right? Do I
Yeah.
know where the engine room is?
It would be down in the basement, yes.
I would like to make my way down to the engine.
Alright, so you go down to the engine room. We'll let you say you're there now. What do you want to
Can I do a perception check to see if I can get a sense of how this engine works?
do? That would actually probably be survival. I guess that's knowledge of engines. There's not really too many engine things. But yeah, I would say go ahead and do what would be the best.
So there's
Nature
some-
or survival, I would
Basically,
say.
if there's some sort of big furnace or something that's powering this thing, I'm going to start throwing anything and everything into this furnace.
Yeah, so what you see is like a huge kind of like woodstock furnace. There are lots of gears and things running. You see that some of them are kind of like bubbling. Like,
I know.
you don't know whether it's
She's
from
a
the strain or
nurse
from
area.
disrepair.
She's a
Oh wow.
nurse chick.
Cat.
She knows. She knows.
Okay.
She's like this.
It's not my airship, so
Magic
anything.
whistle.
She knows.
All right, so anything that looks flammable,
Okay.
I'm going to start chucking into this big furnace to see if I can give us
Great.
some extra juice.
So, fantastic. So, noted. Now,
No.
everybody gets your dice ready except you.
Yep. Okay.
Wait, I thought you said it was their turn?
Oh yeah, it is their turn. Right. Thank you so much.
God, who are you working for?
You're the big bad, aren't you?
Yeah.
Wow. I really just should throw away this red dice. I have not rolled over it.
No, I think you should keep it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see no problem here.
Is that
All
the
right.
dice that we slipped in that only has 4s on it?
So again,
Sweating.
another hook. Only one. There's two that go out. One of them hooks in. Now.
We
There's
switch.
a lot of
We
rope.
were gonna switch who can,
Yeah. Now you can
That
switch.
way,
You can
right?
address it. So
but this one looks normal.
this one still has some magic guiding its flight.
Alright, Arcana then for you.
Yes, I'll Arcana.
Yes, Arcana that rope away.
Yeah. Magic.
You are magic.
Knowledge is power.
Knowledge is. Oh, Khadgar.
I understand you.
Yeah, that's a 25.
Got him.
So
Make it
you
up.
notice.
I just think it away.
Yeah, you see the magical harmonics and how the hook is flying through the sky, and you just do a very simple magical incantation. And
This is not the airship you're looking for.
yeah, this is not the airship you're looking for. You can go about your business, and it moves along.
Okay.
So, dodge that bullet, y'all. And then now, those D6s out. Nobody knows what you went to do. Okay.
So I take it I don't get a D6 on this?
No, you don't get a D6 on this turn. Next one you will. Okay.
Ready?
Ready, set, go. Go fast, go fast, go fast. All right. As you all press the accelerator, suddenly there's an enormous surge of energy.
The accelerator.
We
did it, guys.
That was me,
The
guys.
accelerator pedal
That
found
was
on
so
those.
fast.
So you guys blast very far across the map. Unfortunately, because they still have, they still have that one
The
hook.
little, like...
The little strand.
Don't you think
It's
that's
pretty
the
frayed.
momentum of
It
the-
doesn't work so well, but they're able to kind of actually pace a
Don't you
little
think the
faster.
momentum would cause that rope to snap, though?
We'll say that they are able to pace,
That's
but
okay,
the
I
rope
don't care.
snaps. I think that's
It's okay,
fair.
we can-
They're able to use the rope to pace, but it has like 2 HP left, or 3 HP left, so that's not. Yeah, that's fine. So the strain breaks the rope, but they were able to pace. Now they are just behind, and you guys are on the straightaway here. And as you are on that straightaway, you see the mountain start to grow tighter and tighter. And get those dice ready, folks. Now you can get a dice ready as well.
Did they not go?
Huh? Oh, God, thank you. God, you guys are amazing.
You're working.
Sorry. I'm the big
That's what
bad.
happens. That's
So-
why I don't drink bourbon whenever I...
Big
Well,
bad.
you see 2 hooks go, 2 hooks miss.
Hey.
Good.
Wow,
wait,
I haven't rolled above a 10.
there
I
is
had
still
dropped
there's still a needle
What?
to thread, right?
No, he's
Yeah,
broken.
it's narrowing, but you
No,
guys
I'm
are...
Oh, a needle.
You guys are going right
Yeah,
through
we're
here,
going
yeah.
on the
So we
right.
can like
You're on the right track.
there's like an Independence Day kind of deal.
Yeah.
Also,
Alright.
I had dropped a mine, and I think
Right.
we didn't.
Yes. Oh, you're right. So they did probably hit that
They
one.
had that, right?
Asteroids.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and check your damage.
Cat?
She is, like, asking for it.
need to just chill for 2
She's like, pay attention to me.
You just need to chill. That's your back. I'm gonna hold you like a baby till you behave. So, yes, they
Because she
took-
hates it. It looks
Yeah,
like
she really hates it.
really just.
This is what she wanted all along.
in trouble.
A little smile.
I
He
know.
loves it.
I know. He'll be like, oh,
He's not
cat's so annoying. And then he's like, oh, he's so cute, a baby.
Be good. No, that's not being good. That's being rambunctious. All right. So they are going to take 5, 10. So you're going to take 25 points of damage.
They are away from what?
From
the
mine. Those are pretty strong. All right. So then you guys are on the final leg. Get those dice ready. And shoot. All right. So what did you do first?
So I don't know how much of what I threw in the first time was there. Now I'm looking for things that I'm not quite sure are flammable, but look like they could be. I'm taking tool belts. I'm taking anything that looks like it could provide additional burning sources and just tossing them straight in front of me.
Okay. So you guys are blasting as fast as human possible. I wish you guys had thought this through a little bit.
here.
So you all are blasting extremely fast out of this circle. And suddenly this enormous landmass comes up right behind you. You thankfully dodge the landmass, but you're going at such velocity.
Is the circle more of a... Well, none of us saw it except...
I was the
No,
crazy guy.
anybody's
So
seen
just
that.
We
now.
considered the circle more of a perimeter and less of an
Or a
area.
barrier, perhaps?
I don't know. So the landmass behind you goes to ground on this massive kind of landmass that's emerged from beneath you. Just dodge the outside of it, right
Guys,
here.
we did it.
But
We're good, right?
We're good.
Go party.
you have been. Give me a perception check.
All of us?
Just Twitch's switch.
NVM.
I consider this a success, guys. It seems like we're in the clear.
That's right.
What else
I've
could
already
go wrong
taken
from
out my
here?
flask and I'm drinking.
That is an 18 plus 9. So
So
27.
during your desperation, you realize that you hadn't been noticing a very insistent but very nervous voice that's been saying, Master, you must make sure that we do not go to the elemental plane. They'll be able to sever our bond, Master. Please, do stay out of the elemental plane. I feel that a great power is close. And you look behind you, and there stands Silas on the edge of the ship. He has...
Kill Silas?
No, we ran
no.
like scared children from him.
Oh no,
Big
we
bad
killed
guy.
Louis Vuitton.
Yep, you kill Louis Vuitton. Yep. So then you see him extend his hand, and then a massive portal to the elemental plane
Ooh.
opens up right in front of you, and you guys are heading full speed towards it. So
And I'm downstairs, so they
Silas
don't...
came
So-
out of nowhere.
he rose up with the landmass. So as the landmass
Oh,
rose up, he was the
okay.
person kind of standing on top of it with this massive one. And then the other three priests have kind of like joined him at his side, and they all three together opened up this kind of shimmering portal into this like white elemental plane.
So do I...
that's, like, opening up.
I don't see this portal, right?
No, you're just downstairs. And you're like,
I'm just shoveling shit into the furnace.
yeah, exactly. So you're still shoving just
But
power,
you did
power,
hear the
power.
voice from.
Yeah, I heard the voice that said, "Don't go into the elemental plane," and my immediate reaction, even when you said that, like not even like trying to be
Yeah.
like trying to make it work, was
Yeah.
like, "Okay, cool, I won't use my ring." Like I'm not thinking that there's a big ass portal outside. Like, Twitch is like, "All right, go faster, it is, baby."
That's fast.
All right, so
I think
really
these benches
quick,
will fit. Yeah.
everybody D6 quickly go.
Sorry, is there anything like below or around the ship right now?
So it's pretty much clouds around the ship. The landmass is directly behind you. The other island, kind of marooned on this ground behind you. You don't have any hooks on attached, I don't think, right now. So you're pretty freewheeling. Okay. So you all are just blasting towards this thing as we speak. So
Oh,
go
we
ahead.
weren't that
and-
close though.
All right.
I'm just saying, I would have changed.
Yeah, okay, so-
just to be fair.
What are the numbers?
That's left, I think.
Oh,
That's
fuck.
the left one.
Shit.
All right.
It's okay, it's
Did at
okay.
least two of you
We
do
got
something?
At least two, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So stop, left,
Left,
right.
left.
So 1 inch,
left,
two
two
left.
left.
So
Two
1
left,
inch to the left, and you guys stopped a little bit, and then now it's on you.
All right, so I'll stroll back upstairs, pretty damn proud of myself.
Yeah.
And I'm immediately looking for Paddington.
Yeah.
And so I find Paddington, and like, is it very painfully obvious that this thing is there, or is it like, if I'm not
It's-
looking for it, I'm not
no,
going to see
it's
it?
very painfully obvious. It's like a huge like oval in the sky. You'd probably have to be pretty reticent.
we need to cut weight. Are there any large stone objects on the boat?
Well,
You're gonna
Oh,
Giles.
there's an anchor.
Yeah, that's why I asked if there's anything below. But
I mean,
I don't
it-
think it's gonna catch.
like
on
this is
clouds.
kind of like there's bits and like so this is like it's like pull out a huge chunk of ground. So there is bracken and bits of stuff, and like this is just this massive like chunk of a mountain range that's pretty much floating into the sky.
All right.
So
So for my
there's
turn,
stuff
then
below, but it's like
I'll
not.
come back upstairs, and I will tell. I'll tell Paddington to go downstairs and do whatever we yell from upstairs.
Okay, so he goes.
And then I'll see the thing. All right, yes. I've been warned very, very heavily not to go into that. I don't know that you all need to hear that again, but let's avoid the big swirly thing in the sky, please.
Sort of figured. Thank
I
you.
mean, I figured you might know, but this coming from a group of people who didn't see the gigantic landmass form right below us, so I figured I just had to say it.
There's an ugly bastard standing on that landmass too. who I
I'm sure
plan to
he's
kill.
beautiful in his own way.
I plan on killing him
Okay.
just as soon as I'm able.
All right, so this time rather than hooks, suddenly a priest with bicolored clothing on the you notice him from the mountain put his hands together, and then Silas lays his hand on his back, and suddenly a priest is standing in the midst of you. Everybody roll initiative.
I I gotta pee before we start.
Okay.
I need a
Advantage.
Yeah.
I could get some more booze too, so.
18 is me.
Alright,
I'm
let
gonna
me
go.
start writing this down.
I is 20.
20, 18.
21.
Alright.
18.
20. You're
18.
18. Trisha Switch, 18. And you were.
21.
Did you roll a nat 20?
No.
Oh.
It was 17 plus 4.
Oh, wow. 21. Mr. Riley.
6.
Oh. And then what was Fox?
If there's
I don't think she said.
one of the options is bourbon, the answer is bourbon. Let's be real.
The answer is Bourbon.
Bourbon.
I just drink paint thinner because it helps me get creative ideas.
Because it makes me feel good.
I like paint thinner. It's yummy.
Man, it is nasty outside.
Yeah, I know. It's the Cloud City.
For being summer, it's depressing.
Yeah, you know, San Francisco is always just
The city.
It's the epitome of civilization, didn't you know?
Gosh, that's what it tells itself.
I feel like I should prepare a second drink because I'm gonna finish mine in the middle of the battle.
Smart. Well, while you do that, I might use the red dog then. As I hear the door close. I probably should have some sort of sobering factor because there's going to be a lot of things to keep track of here. I'll just do no way it's slowly bought. Get it? Get it? Okay. It's yours. Get it. Oh, you know what? I should have made those little lavender things. They're so good. Or the rosemary and whatever. What's that? It's not too bad. Delicious. Soda water.
Thank you for sharing your bourbon.
Oh, yeah,
Always.
go
Oh
crazy.
my gosh. I must have done you.
Go crazy, yeah. She needs to get stepped on. TJ should not be in the way. She is a child cat. Alright, speed run here.
This is pretty fun so far.
Yeah, it's been very action packed.
Yeah.
Session.
I like it.
Yes, that's a good point. See, I was told I was going to have next Monday off, and then that changed. And I'm not emotionally prepared to go to work Monday, you know?
I think you're coming down with a pretty bad illness.
So here's what you do. You go to work, but you make it very known that you should not be at work, and they'll never do it again.
Sorry, I don't even know what kind of work to get done today. I was just so
Yeah.
not prepared to be here.
Yeah. It's weird. It's almost like you need to be in a mental state for work. Weird.
Alright, so everybody give me a perception check.
Perception. 18.
That's a 9. Hot 9.
21.
6, 8.
Ooh, 7.
21? 18. Okay.
12.
12. Okay. So you two
Delicious.
Yeah,
18, yeah.
realize that this portal, you notice those other two landmasses out here, and there's kind of a wavy light powering what looks like. So you can kind of see 3 threads of light linking up to form this massive portal.
Is it coming from something? Oh, you said a
The
landmass?
people, like there's 2 more kind of smaller, like the ones that were chasing you earlier, but they've gone stationary and they seem to just be positioned there, just holding that door open.
Kill them. Kill them all.
Yeah, can you misty step over there? That'd be sweet. That's pretty far though.
Am I not? You certainly can.
Not to the one with
Okay,
Silas, that scares me.
So
What's
Not to the one with Silas.
No.
See one of the ones
the acolyte
He's
during his turn, starts running toward the front of the ship.
Our ship.
Yes, towards Giles, and he squeals, and Giles, oh, let's go with the steering wheel, and runs away. And then, so he runs toward the front of the ship, and he's going to use, I probably should get you another little mini ship map here, because that would be fun, wouldn't it?
No.
More maps. It's the key.
Maps on maps on maps.
Maps on maps on maps. Alright, so, this is kind of the basic, beautifully drawn. I know I
Oh my
do this.
god.
There's the mast.
I thought Danielle
I
was
feel
the
like
artist. Here we are.
Yeah, you found your new colleague, right?
let me-
Well, it's basically
You know what?
that.
Just take that.
Yeah, just take that
Drop
down.
the vote
Put it,
photo.
yeah, thank you, Danielle. You tried your best. Okay.
That does look beautiful. Though.
So,
That's the most detailed one you've done.
Yeah, it's Kevin Hill. It's just like the
so
guy
he starts running over to here, and this is, it's pretty big, so these are going to be kind of, 5-foot chunks there. And then most of the crew, I think you three were in the back. I gotta get some freaking figurines, man. Oh well.
They're at my house.
Oh yeah.
For my
Gotta
first
get-
campaign, we had ones that were actually like 3D printed versions of our characters.
Oh,
They're
cute.
super cool.
Yeah, they're really fun. I mean, they're so helpful. I realize now their
Mine was in a
utility.
short skirt.
So we'll be the black dice.
And enemies used to be gummy bears, and you would eat them when you killed them.
Yeah.
It was great.
Which is also something I should definitely do. Of course, I would just eat them when I was at home and just get really.
And then you'd be out by the time.
Well, this
So
enemy
first
is
you
a
switch-
tub of ice cream. Oh
Oh
no!
no! What is
Chicken
that?
McNuggets.
I love them. So you three are in the back. You are also okay. So
I'm in the
you're
back,
here
aren't I?
because you just
I'm
came
in the
out
middle
From,
of the ship. Yeah.
yeah, you came out from below decks.
Am I in the back?
Here's the stairway down.
Where's Wexley? Is Wexley just like...
Wexley is probably just standing
I
up here. 'cause
Dude,
he has
Wexley's in the
Just, like,
crow's
surface
nest, my
phone.
dude.
Yeah, he's up here. Well,
Checking Twitter.
Seeing who needs healed.
He's
Yeah,
been
yeah.
steering, so
Yeah, he's been
Sure,
helping.
that's
So,
fine.
You-
all right.
Take the helm.
Footsie with me.
You don't play footsie with me.
I don't
Wow.
know.
This is really
Wow.
romantic. And
Get a room.
Connection.
Get a
We had a room.
All right. So once he runs to about this side of the ship, he stops and he waves his hand out. And Wexley, because he's the closest,
Get Wexley.
is going to see a thread of what looks like kind of red fire and this kind of gray mist start to like spiral and coalesce. Cat, I swear to God, you are
we
just
have, like,
trying to eat shit off the table. No, girl, you
pasta
are.
bowls
Yeah.
up there.
She's like, where can I run? Where can I freaking run? You're gonna run right to the bathroom. You're gonna stay in there, young lady.
He means business.
That is
You should
actually.
eat the remainder
That
of
is precisely
pasta.
how Jeffrey's going to discipline his child one day. You will go in the bathroom and you will like it.
Just as so, like if there's anything she can get away with.
In
Anyways,
certain moods, it's worse than others. Yeah.
I like the way her plan is like run to the door, sit and accept face.
Like, I have nowhere to go.
Maybe she thought it would be open.
like her escape plan had like literally one step. And then she was like,
Every
well,
time-
shit, you got me.
Well, that's like every time she gets out the front door, if she happens to like sprint out, most of the time she doesn't try, but every once in a while she'll like sprint out the door and then like run down the hallway, realize there's nowhere to go, and then just like lay there. And you just like go and pick her up.
She's like, okay, gotta make it to the door. Door's locked.
Oh, well.
Guys, we tried.
She just goes,
We had a great run. We really brought our A
It's
game
like,
for
yeah,
this
there's nowhere to
one.
go.
Well, I'm just gonna lie down.
Maybe she just can't run very far.
She's a little.
She's
She's a
obese.
little hefty. Okay, so I look over and of course, what is she doing? She's eating food off its kitchen table.
I think she just wanted attention. She's
Probably
really
just.
denying.
She was like, oh, well, whatever that.
Well, that's some
God.
spicy pasta. I hope she enjoys it.
Yeah, thankfully she's in the room where her litter box is, and it's a closed system there. Goodness.
Anyways.
Okay, so then he's gonna extend his hand out to you. Kind of a ray of white and red light is gonna blast out towards you, and both are gonna kind of have their own attacks.
Both.
Yes. So does a
White and red.
29 hit and 20 hit.
29 does, 20 does not.
Wow.
I know. I don't know how to guess.
Oh, ma. Well, Thank you. That's still pack punch.
I
Teach
do
you
now. I got
Um,
magic armor from the deck of many things.
So what's your AC now?
My AC is 18, which is very fucking
That's
high
almost
for a
as
wizard.
high as me, yeah.
Yeah, but he still has a low HP pool, and everything has higher hits. All right, so 15 points of fire damage.
No, I'm
You'll take
unkillable
it.
with 18 AC.
Huh?
I'm unkillable with 18
It's
AC.
true.
Yeah.
That's right.
hmm
The man is right. Definitely won't try to. Put
You know
that
all
to
the healing
test.
spells that wizards
Oh, what was
have.
your? What was your?
18.
18. Alright.
Sorry, I forgot to put something in.
So
There you go.
now it is on. Do
Go-
you here?
Go
All right.
ahead.
Now it is on
Wexley.
Wexley.
Oh,
no,
really?
it's on. It's on. No, it's on. Our ranger. What's the name?
Mikhail,
Pikel Raquel. There it is.
Mikhail.
Pikel Raquel. Make sure you the fireball at it.
I lose it.
I launch a fireball.
I look through it for things.
We always, when we played the Dress and Files campaign, it was like, I shoot a fireball at you.
That's pretty much all I did every time. It's
Is
like,
there?
You don't want to talk?
it's like, Mikhail, these aren't enemies. Shoot the fireball.
Fair enough. You should
It's definitely when he got the amulet in this campaign, he was like, it's like, oh, like is he in Italian? He's like, I sapped the life force out of a nearby citizen. Yo, what?
Yeah. Powerful tools in the warrior. That's the warrior side of the French. That's the Norman. Or that's the Norman side.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm
Pre-war
gonna
Napoleon.
take a longbow shot at the acolyte that's on the.
All right. Go ahead and roll with attack. It's easier.
Will a 25 hit?
I certainly hope so.
25 will indeed hit.
Okay, I think I get 2 attacks. So, should I roll
Yes.
both?
Go ahead and roll them. Yeah, roll them both and just roll the damage.
The second one will probably not hit. That's an 11.
That'll miss.
Okay. Oh, bonus action. I Hunter's Mark.
Oh yes,
Sorry about
that's
that.
right.
Yeah.
And that adds extra damage dice, right?
Yeah. That is, so I should have an extra 1d6, and then because of Colossus Slayer, I have an extra 1d8. I think.
He hasn't taken damage.
Yeah,
yet,
Class
though.
Slayer only
Oh,
applies
Colossus
if
Slayer is
they're
only if
damaged.
he's taking damage. So, but after my first hit, Colossus Slayer will.
The second
Yeah,
one.
that's right. That's right.
What does Colossus Slayer do?
If they've
it's
already taken damage, then you can get an extra bonus. If they're not
extra
at full
1d8.
life.
It's pretty nice.
Cool plus.
Got that legit.
Is that legit?
Braxton
that's
from Rubber
10 points of damage.
Oh man, dude.
10 points of damage from the first
All right.
attack. And then now I can apply my Colossus.
But that
Slayer,
11
right?
missed, I thought, right? Because you had a 20 something.
Oh,
and
do I
11.
need to hit it again to apply Colossus Slayer, or
Well, I think
Oh,
you
oh,
only
yeah, no,
attacked
you're right.
once.
yeah?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah,
you only
okay.
hit with one attack.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But that was with your hunter's mark?
So 11. So it's 80.
And Hunter's Mark is going to be an extra 1d6
Because she's still your hunter's
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
plus 6. So
Oh wow.
that's a 10, 16 total.
All right.
Nice.
What a beefy hit.
I don't know.
All right. So he kind of, you know, these two arrows hit him. They kind of see this bit of blood start to drip down, but he kind of tenses up, and the arrows burn and burst into flame. And they kind of dissipate from his body. Now it is on Wexley.
Okay, I will cast Sacred Flame at the same acolyte. So you have to make a Dex 16 saving throw.
And these are boxes and storage. And, give you guys a little bit more. And this is the mast. All right, so you're making a Dex 16.
You have to make a Dex 16.
Oh, rude.
We should roll that red dice,
Um,
though. I think that one was really...
All right,
Yeah,
it
that
fails.
was-
Failed my save.
Cool, so 3d8
Oof.
of radiant damage. Where'd it go?
The light it burns.
It's a 10.
There's nothing I hate more than the light of a deity that is possible.
Where did my 8 go?
I got a bunch of d8s here, so
Is that not it? I think it's... Is it that one down?
This is...
I may have moved it.
What is it, 8? 1 point?
It looks like this. Kind of like two squares.
Huh.
It's weird.
She's stolen.
I probably
Did you see mine?
Oh, here it
Back
is.
right up there. Yeah. That's the one.
That's a 6. That's a 1. That's a 2.
Hands are falling down.
So 9 damage.
Alright. 9 damage. Nice. So this bright glowing light bursts to life in front of him, and you hear him go, and then, yeah, and then he's,
Like a cat.
yeah, exactly.
That's what my friends call me.
Cat! Cat! Alright, now it is on. Boobly-doobly-doo. Twitch the switch.
So it's only that one guy that we see so far,
Yeah.
right? How far away is that?
Maybe from you, gotta be like 40 feet, maybe.
Okay. So I'm gonna duck down behind one of the barrels and pop up and do an ice knife at him. It's a spell of mine.
Damn.
So I get to roll an attack against him, and then if he hits, he also has to make a dex save to take additional damage. So that is probably not going to hit because it's only an 11. All right, and then I will duck back down behind the barrel.
Alright. Now it is on. Feather Widget, Perknips.
Okay, so I'm at the back of the boat, right?
Yep.
So I should probably make my way up to the front.
Yeah, that'll be.
close can
We'll
I
say
get?
you're the big, this one here, so it'll
I
probably
mean, I am
be.
the biggest one there.
What's your movement?
It is 40.
Alright, so it'll probably be like 40 to get to Twitchly and then 40 to get to the guy. So you'd have to sprint or you could stop at Twitchly.
I'll stop and I'll just shoot javelins.
Alright, so you stop there,
2 of them.
throw 2 javelins, make 2 attacks.
Although their 30-foot range, 120 is a disadvantage, so
It'll be
both a
disadvantage.
disadvantage.
80 feet away,
Okay.
Matt.
Okay. $10 for the first one. Probably won't hit, and then that one won't hit either. Okay,
Okay.
I'm done.
Now it is on the guy because his first one's a surprise attack. So his first one's a surprise attack. Then everybody had initiative, and he's in the middle.
I think
But you're,
Oh.
yeah,
I'm
it'll
last.
be yours.
I'm
next.
dead last.
You're dead last.
Dope. Cool. Touch
Okay.
today.
It's just an awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so he's going to see this approaching barbarian, extend out his hand. 2 kind of coils of light will coalesce there. Does a 29 or a 25 hit?
No, man.
Great, just checking.
Yeah.
People have 20 AC now.
Yes,
All right,
it
so
is.
that's gonna be a little bit here.
Oh, and I forgot I entered in a rage. That was just
Okay,
yeah,
great.
that's
Yes,
cool. Yeah,
that's
yeah,
fine,
okay.
yeah.
Sorry, I can't do that.
So you're gonna take 37 points of fire and wind damage. or
So it
bludgeoning
doesn't matter that
damage.
I'm in. Okay.
So half of it will be fire, and the other half will be because 37
Would
is
that be
fire, and the
force?
other half is
Oh.
bludgeoning.
Oh,
Force
okay.
damage.
Um.
I don't know. Do you have an immunity to that, to bludgeoning?
Yeah. Okay. So
This wind,
half of
because wind is
37, so
bludgeoning pretty
18. So 18 plus 9, 27 points of
Yeah,
bludgeoning?
27 points then. Yep. Now it is on the hypoist of conduices.
Hear her
I
meowing.
know. She's fine.
It's too bad.
She knows what she did.
So how far are we from where the strands of light from the other islands are connecting?
Miles. Very, very far. So those are in.
So like
bigger
a 30-foot
map.
misty step wouldn't make it.
You
could
can
try.
certainly pop up in the middle of the air. It's like-
Okay.
So this is probably, a couple. This is about. You're maybe about 100 feet away from the shore, or like this landmass that's come up, and so it's probably
1,000.
500 feet away
Oh,
each.
okay. So a 30-foot misty step wouldn't.
Probably not.
Misty stepping on the clouds.
I wouldn't make it too far.
Is the strand of light closest to us, the first one, is that coming from Silas?
Yes.
Doesn't doesn't strike me as a man that's gonna suddenly give up on that if I hit him. I'm not gonna do anything about that.
He's the big bad. Unless you are.
Guy on the ship. I'm just gonna attack him.
Alright. Go ahead and kick his butt.
Kick his ass, sea bass.
Dumb and dumb, man.
Dude, that fish place is so good. Speaking of sea bass.
Yeah.
That
Really
fish
good.
place we went and daily ceremony.
I have a question.
What's it called?
Yes.
Sorry to keep
Yeah, no worries,
extending
no worries,
this.
no worries.
It's pretty
A
good.
while back, we talked about how elemental characters that have an affinity for an element in this universe often become so entwined with that element that that element itself is more harmful to them.
Mm-hmm.
Am I remembering that correct?
That is for the Silas, because he's done all. It's his original element. So after he mastered all the elements, got to this kind of godhood, the only one that still can affect him is his original, I think, which was wind, because he was the wind guy in the very beginning.
Got it. Well, it's the two amulets he has right now, right?
Yeah.
So wind and fire?
Yeah.
Is that right?
No, he has fire and
I have wind.
water. Yeah, he has fire and water. You guys have wind and
Earth?
stone. Yeah, you have wind and earth.
So he's susceptible to fire and water, presumably.
No, he's only susceptible to his his
wind.
original affinity,
His
which I think
original.
was which
Wind,
was
I think,
wind.
yeah.
Anyway, doesn't apply to this other guy. I'm just gonna murder him with a magic missile.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna burn that.
But it's only after someone is really deep in the game. No,
Yeah, that's D4 plus. Okay. All right.
Damn. Light him up.
Fuck him up.
Oh, I fucking sorry. I tried to look at it and I flipped it. Well, it was a 1 the second time, so.
Yeah. What a surprise.
52 points of damage.
Nice.
So these hypochondrius, levitates an inch off the ground. His kind of toes just above the deck, and then suddenly this kind of thousands of beams of light coalesce and just light up this guy. 54,
52.
52. Good gracious.
Perhaps
So
it's
he
52 beams of light.
is
Yeah.
looking. He's looking a
Maybe
little
69.
bit bloodied now. There's kind of this kind of almost what looks like magma.
Magma.
Liquid hot.
Magma.
Your hand.
No?
Even Adam shook his head on that one. Yeah, thank you.
It's just an innocent Austin Powers reference.
Yeah, jeez.
I took it there. I took it there.
Deal with it. You don't know me.
Now I'm thinking of it in his voice.
Liquid hot magma.
Wow.
Band.
You're welcome, everyone. You're
Your
welcome.
band. Your
I
band.
officially lost control.
Your band. Your band. Your band. Your band.
That
All your
signals
characters die. I hate
That
everybody.
signals the end of the campaign. We can't end on a better note than that.
Silas
Yeah.
walks away in disgust.
Yeah.
Man, screw this. Taking over the world isn't worth it when it's like
We
this.
had a good run.
Man. Really.
Sorry,
Yeah.
part of that was also me moving to actually see him to do that.
Yes.
I totally forgot about that component of it.
So we'll just say you got over there,
Yeah, as far as possible,
Yeah.
but still, yeah.
Right.
Perfect.
Great. So now it is on Paddington, who's gonna
Get it.
cheerfully he's gonna
Why wasn't
cheerfully.
you helping us drive?
Didn't I send Paddington downstairs?
Oh, that's right, you did. I totally forgot. So he's just
You should
from
bring
the
it back.
engine. He's loading shit in the engine right now. Okay, so now it is on doodly doodly doo. The shore before the turn.
The shore?
This turns over. You see Silas reach out, put another hand on one of these acolytes,
No!
and another
Yeah, you
one.
roll that red
in
die.
Yeah,
the
you
duel.
fucking roll it. Oh no.
I'm using it as a dude
Yeah.
now.
Oh, no.
He's gonna pop up right here.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Get fucked. I mean,
So
a little bit on the nose with where he placed it, but it's fine.
Who is this?
Just Hippocatus.
Is that Hippocatus?
The
Oh.
only
No,
one
no,
who
no.
did 50
Yeah, I'll pop him.
damage.
I'll pop him on the edge.
No, you should leave
It's
him
fine.
there.
It's fine. Do it.
Stick to your guns.
He's got great
man.
AC now. He's good.
He's the one who did all the damage.
I don't know if
So
you heard, I'm unkillable.
kind of a big deal.
that's what I've heard. Yeah.
Not
All right. Now it is on Madame.
The cat.
Meow.
Meow meow.
Oh, meow. Yeah. Yeah. Meow. Yeah.
Yeah, you know how
I
fast you're
meow.
going.
I meow at Silas.
All right, meow. Hurry up,
Is there a
meow.
cat lever we can pull
Yeah.
and
Cat
send
lever.
some cats at Silas?
I mean, didn't we have a cat
My
lover in the
cat's-
door?
We did have a cat lover in the other
We
one.
did. It was
Magic
very
missile,
effective.
but they're all cats.
Yeah.
Magic meow.
Yeah, you're allergic, aren't you, bitch?
I release puff of dander.
It's horrible.
Super effective.
Its name's Muffins.
Alright.
Whiskers.
Cookie
and Shadow.
2 more longbow shots. The first
Beautiful.
one at the first guy that's already
Right.
damaged, which will be a 9 plus 8. I think
She's a
that'll
talker. She's
be 15.
All right, that will miss.
Oh wait, no, 9. Sorry, math. 17.
That will also miss. Sadly.
9
Second
plus
one.
math equals miss.
Surprisingly, lower number hits.
It's actually
That's
only
not
even
what
numbers
I
that hit,
said.
Yeah. That
Alright,
was
I missed
what you
both.
all wanted.
which would be a really fun enemy.
I believe that I have missed both, unfortunately.
Have you considered being a better shot?
Whoa. Never thought of that.
Don't worry, I'll show you how it's done.
Let me explain.
Please miss.
Okay,
Let me explain.
that's all.
Okay.
All right, now
Oh,
it's
wait.
on.
Can I do this as a bonus action? Can I cast spells as bonus actions?
They'll say,
It'll say so.
if and in the
It says BA.
app, it'll have a bonus action thing.
It
if you
doesn't
use.
stand for
I'm gonna
badass.
say that.
What?
It
No,
has
that's
some
an
type of one
action.
action. Yeah,
But it's also like here, like one
Yeah, got it,
reaction.
okay.
It would say 1 BA, I
Got it.
think.
okay.
All right, Wexley.
Okay.
Come.
So for my action, I'm just gonna do Sacred Flame on the acolyte we were hitting before again.
All right.
So that's
What's my
deck
saving
16 saving throw.
I failed. Wow, because I can't roll above a 10 tonight. You lucky devils.
3d8.
Huh?
That's
I said, well,
Oh,
the AC we
one.
have to hit is like 18, so
it's a 3,
at least.
5. So 9 damage. And then for my bonus action, I can cast Healing Word. So I'm gonna do just a little first level. Second is just that's weird. It's the same. First and second level.
If you click on it, you can adjust it at the top. So you
Ah.
yeah.
Okay, I do a little second level Healing Word on Feather Widget. So that's 2d4 plus 4 healing for you all.
Woo! All right, so now it's going to be on our new friend.
Well, he needs to roll it, yeah.
Huh?
You need to roll
Oh
it.
yeah, I roll it.
On our new friend, and he is going to start heading this way. So you get an attack of opportunity,
Good.
2,
and then
I don't-
he
With all your melee attacks.
4
is going to
6,
run.
10.
So yeah, you can roll an attack of opportunity if you want.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm never going to pass that
can't
up.
hurt, right?
Okay. That is a... How's an 8 work for ya?
So this guy appeared next to you. He immediately starts running. You just and
Did you shriek like
you didn't know if he washed his hands or not. You know, you don't want to touch someone like that.
I can assure you not.
Yeah, I'm pretty damn sure. So he's gonna run up, probably along the side here. Who's this?
That's me.
So you're probably gonna get an attack of opportunity as well.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll an attack.
Is that just any attack?
It's amazing.
And he is gonna run right here.
Okay. So that'll be my mace. Be an 11.
got a bad feeling about that.
Struggle busing.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to go too well.
It misses.
It misses. Dang, man.
Well, it was an 11.
Trying to help you guys out here.
The miss, right?
Well, I think you gave us the curse of the red dice by putting it near us.
Yes.
I blame you.
All right, so now it is on. He's gonna do. Also, he's gonna use his bonus action to heal his pal. Let's see. Not much. Alright, so he heals his pal. You see his pal kind of. It's almost like a beam of what looks like fire kind of just runs up the other guy's arm, gives him some new renewed strength. Now it is on. Switch.
Okay. So, I guess I will do another. Yeah, I guess I'll go for my ice knife again, just because I don't get sneak attack right now. So. Does a 16 does not hit? Nope. And then I will duck back down.
Okay, now it is on Feather Widget.
Okay.
Potty mouth.
Okay, so I'm gonna move up to that guy who was not looking good.
Okay.
I'm gonna get close to him and range, and I'm gonna take 2 swings at this guy.
Alright, so you run the rest of the way up.
Okay,
I
yay.
drew this out for you guys, right?
26 for the first one.
Just get you so you guys see where you're at.
26 for the first attack and 19 for the second attack.
26 for the first attack and 19 for the second attack.
Yeah.
One will hit.
Okay.
Who are you attacking?
The guy who was
The guy.
not looking good. Okay, then 13 points of damage.
Alright.
And we
That
see
took
20.
away his healing there. So he's looking pretty beat up, rough. Now it is on him, though. And you're going to see, you start to see these kind of motes of light form from here between these two guys. And then you see this kind of tendril of light start to extend in from land.
Excellent.
Can I use my bonus action to yell at Paddington
Yeah.
and say, Paddington, little help if it's not an inconvenience to you. Up here would be fantastic. There's a little bit of trouble. No hurry, no rush. Just at your earliest convenience.
You know somewhere deep downstairs in the guts of this ship he goes. Huh?
I said, what a gem.
What a gem.
He's a man of few words. So many emotions.
So many things.
What is Giles doing? Is he helping us?
He's hiding. He's cowering.
Wow.
I mean, he wasn't paid for
He
this.
doesn't
was
even
paid
let us
for-
use his little automaton that he has.
I mean, that automaton has a wife, a wife and a kid now. They're living its own life.
Makes
Start up
sense.
a family. Okay. Now it is on you, sir.
Me?
Yes, you.
Couldn't be. Then
Wow.
who?
Am I going
One of them-
second? Am I going after
One of them's still alive? For real?
20.
One of them still alive? I mean,
Yeah,
the guy who's looking really beat up is still alive, right?
Yes. Yeah, he's still alive.
Got that clutch heel.
All right, let's Can I move in a way that is in a line with both of them?
It'll be hard because they're against the deck on either side.
Oh, okay.
Because they're kind of against each edge of the ship.
Got it. Okay. I'm gonna cast. Then I'm just gonna cast Blight at 4th level.
Shit.
on the guy that is the most damaged.
Okay.
That won't affect me, right?
What's blight do? Cool.
Just like washes over a creature of my choice, draining moisture and vitality from it. He has to make a Constitution saving throw. If he's a plant, it doesn't sound like he is. He would.
I failed to save. That one.
Nice. It's the only reason we're gonna survive this fight.
Just me not ever doing anything good. Alright, so much damage. What's the damage outlay?
Give me. He will take 8d8
Nice.
And what type of damage is that?
necromantic.
Blightish, damn it.
Blight. It's a blight
Blighty.
upon thee. A curse upon your family.
Well, I guess we'll see what this does to him, but 8d8.
Just
Okay.
makes him more powerful. Probably. He just becomes a demigod.
More powerful than ever before.
Don't get no funny ideas.
Jeff's just, making up what this is going to do as he sits there thinking.
29 points of
For
damage.
every point of necromantic
Alright,
damage,
so
a skeleton
his-
raises from the ground.
A blast of necromantic damage washes over him. You see all of whatever the last vestige of his humanity fades away. You see only that kind of skeleton of bone and of like that rock replacing bone, the fire kind of like the cords of flame. So only that standing. It seems to be kind of locked inanimate in rigor mortis, and it seems that this thing is pretty much in essence is dead. It won't attack, but that skeleton is kind of still standing upright, and that light is still animating that elemental matter that's remaining of it.
Okay.
Now it is on.
Mikhail.
You got this!
I want to cast Conjure Animals.
Conjure animals?
Conjure Aminals.
Wow.
Which
Tell me you could have conjured like giant eagles this whole time to get us out of here?
I can summon one giant eagle, but instead I think I'm gonna summon 8 pseudo dragons.
Nice.
8 what?
Pseudo dragons.
Oh,
You know
my
what's
lord.
me.
They're tiny little dragons, but I can command them to attack things.
Wow.
And
Drag.
Didn't know you was a BA.
a BA.
Badass. Bonus action.
Bonus action, you mean?
Badass bonus action.
You're the most
A
BA.
baba,
BA.
if you will.
Baba Yaga?
Babadook.
Okay, cool. So
That
I
was a
cast it, and now there are 8 little pseudo
I
dragons.
was not about
That's
that.
good, yeah.
I was having to play Darkest Dungeon the whole time, so I was too scared.
And so I think I have to roll initiative for them as a group.
It's really good.
Do they get any bonus to their initiative? Like, do I add my own
It's their
initiative
dex
to it?
bonus.
Yeah, it's
It'll be
their
their
dex
dexterity.
So where's their
Dexterity.
character block?
Here.
Plus 2, so you'd add 2 to it.
Okay.
So you get initiative for 8 of them?
No, it's just as a group.
1 for 8, yeah.
So you have a flock that works as
Yeah.
one.
Yes.
That's one unit.
One unit,
But
yeah.
The absolute unit.
I think they each take their own attack.
They each
there.
get an attack.
Yeah. 17 plus 2. That's a 19.
Alright? So that'll be right.
And it says the DM has the creature statistics, but it's also in the back of this book. So.
DM does not have the creature
Okay.
statistic.
They each have 1 life and automatically miss every attack roll.
It says shame your
Fucking
DM for
idiots.
not having pseudo dragons ready for this fight.
Yeah.
Oh,
A real DM
Legit.
would have the creature statistics.
I have pseudo dragons tattooed on my arm.
Funny you mention it.
Okay, so they have
The
7
sensitive
hit points each,
Alright.
and they have 2 attacks, a bite and a sting. I think for this initial one, I'll have them
Yeah.
sting.
Everybody's stinging.
We should just let her out. She's part of me.
Just shoot by your name.
She's yowling. Maybe she'll just fall asleep.
Maybe she is asleep.
Maybe.
Just having a nightmare.
Could be. Thank you.
All right, come on, Patty. Now be quiet.
She's annoying AF.
Yeah, she's being. There's certain days where she's like nice and well behaved, and certain days where she's like, I'm gonna try to do everything bad because doing bad stuff is fun.
There's too many people in her house right now.
Yeah, that's probably true. She freaks out. Like cats do not like change. All right, you can go up there.
I can respect that.
Yeah. I feel like you and Adam both very deeply
Cats are
understand
cats,
this
yeah.
cat.
They said it to me too, and I took offense.
Huh? Well, you're
You guys are cats.
you're a cat. Let's be real, Adam.
April locked me in the bathroom for
Is that what you're
misbehaving.
talking about?
I don't know.
Deserved it.
Did you deserve it though? I mean, did you learn your lesson?
Were you meowing?
Okay, I think that's my turn until it's the flock's turn.
Okay. So it's on the second dude right now. And what is, I was wondering if people would notice this, but they didn't seem to, is the green light here finishes a triangle.
What?
And the light from
I thought we
here,
had a while before it got there, no?
well, it's his turn again. It was 2 turns to cast this.
I was
And
trying- we were
so
trying to kill
a
him before.
portal opens up
No!
right around Twitchy Switch in the middle of the ship. So immediately,
Weird, right?
I was wondering. I was like, I wonder if he's gonna move. I wonder, like, cause I was trying. I was like,
did
they're
not notice
positioning.
at
They're
all.
taking extra damage to position in these certain areas.
Well, we literally tried to kill one of them and he did not die, so...
It was, yeah, his skill. It was his, yeah, it's true. It's true. It's
we
true.
did the best we could.
So no, I think you guys did great. So suddenly, Twitchy Switch snaps into the elemental plane, and it's just this white field, and standing across from you is Silas, and you kind of after the thrill of battle, you're kind of attuned to this. Oh, Master, we're terribly sorry, Master, and then suddenly the chain breaks around your amulet, and it suddenly flies across.
Okay, I get a reaction in all this.
Yeah,
don't I?
yeah.
I would like to grab. Well, actually, yeah. I would like to very reflexively reach out and grab the thing that's now attempting to fly away from me.
Give me an acrobatics check.
You just teleport me to a
All
different
the people
plane
maybe
and just
come
happen
here,
without a
come
roll to
here.
take my ambulance from
Come here,
me.
Bubba. Come here.
She's like this person sitting in my feet.
Also, who is the
No,
staff?
she doesn't. She's
He
not.
does. Come here, Bubba. It's okay.
Sorry.
It's okay.
27.
She just
That's
really
like
wants you
her general where she sits on the couch.
Okay.
So like that little like corner there is like where it's like her.
So it feels like it's
So
on
I
you.
think it's raining
Yeah.
outside, so I think she's frustrated because it's like wet out there and she can't go.
you wanna
She'll
trade,
she'll
April?
survive.
right. Oh, what was your roll?
Trade spots.
27.
27. So you're able to grab the amulet.
Today.
Its weight starts pulling you forward. Give me a strength check to resist that pull.
Who is the staff?
He does.
Should we try using it?
You've attuned to it by now, right?
Probably.
They had a long rest,
Have we
so-
long rested? Yep.
Yeah.
14.
14. All right. So you're able to hold steady. I would, yeah. So what those two have gone catatonic now that they're locked. They're locked in, creating this portal.
Am I
These guys
seeing
are
this?
all out of combat. So these two minions have immediately just like frozen. This guy's flesh is actually burned away as well, and now he's just this kind of like frame that's left
Did they all
behind.
see me disappear?
Yeah, they all saw you disappear. They saw a elemental portal. Actually, he's in the center of the
Can
ship.
I?
So people can go in and out. You can see the ship behind you. People can go in and out of this portal. It's open.
Can I sprint? Can I see him with my cloak right now?
Where are you standing? Because it opens this way.
I'm right next to him. I'm
Oh,
not
yeah,
that one.
you're this
I'm
one?
I'm the other one.
Yeah, so you can see Twitchy Switch.
Okay. Can I run over with the now theoretically identified orb of balance plus
The staff of I forget what it's called.
Song of Four Winds?
Song of Four Winds. Yeah.
Yeah, I have those combined now, right?
Yep.
And now I have it identified. I don't know what it
Yeah.
does, but I run over with it knowing full well that it can shut down a lot of what Silas can do.
Yes, that's correct. So as you run into the door, you feel the tension on those amulets suddenly go like softer. It kind of just goes back to becoming a necklace for a little while. And Silas starts running across this gap towards you. You got about. I'll make this be the. This is the plane of the field of white here. So your Twitchy Switch is there. Silas is here, you maybe have about like a turn or just another round of actions going on. Cat.
You're the spot.
Cass is living the dream, man.
Yeah,
No.
living their life. Yeah, so you have your probably like another round of quick actions before Silas reaches you. So what do you
My
want to do?
turn?
Yeah.
So, I will. I have a spell for this.
The featherfish.
So just so you know, the staff does two things. It is pretty much a very powerful dispel magic point, like a point and shoot. You have about 3 charges on that, where it's an extremely strong dispel magic, and then
Per long
it
rest or
has
total?
a field of preventative, like a pretty large field of prevention of this elemental type arcana.
3 charges forever or 3 charges per
3 charges per long rest.
3 charges of a strong dispel magic per long rest,
Mhm.
and 1 permanent, always active.
Field of resistance to this particular type of magic. So it varies in potency. So as you within 100 feet, you can't get immediately drained of life. Within 10, 15 feet, some of the actual operations of these things. That's why when you start getting close to Twitchly, some of the actual operations of those things dissipate.
All right. I take this opportunity
Mm-hmm.
to touch myself, and I become invisible.
Right. Well, suddenly you vanish from sight.
And then I have I can use my bonus action as dash. So I will use my movement for 25 feet, and then I will dash for an additional 25 feet in a direction away from Silas.
Are you still
Alright.
holding the amulet?
Are you gonna leave the portal? There's a portal behind you. You're gonna get back into the ship.
Yeah, I'll go back onto the ship, and I will use my double dash to get. I'll go back towards the back of the ship.
Okay. Like this way?
Yeah, but I'm invisible.
Right. So invisible.
Or-
Does he
an
still have the
hour.
amulets?
He does still have his
Okay.
amulets. Now it is on. I'm just gonna go kind of around this way. Do you have any reaction action you want to take?
Reaction?
Well, so pretty much Twitchly disappeared into this portal. You guys know that's very
Oh,
bad.
we're out of combat.
Yeah, you're out of combat. This is just
Right.
I'm just gonna do like a quick round of like what you guys want to do. So you can take an action. You can try to deal there's these 2 kind of like supercharged skeleton things that are holding this thing open.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can.
Do we
take
know if
initiative.
Silas can travel in and out of the ethereal plane?
We don't know yet.
Probably.
Without help, like without portals? Like if we shut down the portal, could we travel in there?
That's true. That's actually not a bad idea.
Okay, since we're out of combat, I can have my pseudo dragons attack one of the guys, right?
Mhm.
Unless they disappear?
They're both dead.
So they're dead.
Oh, they're
Don't-
dead?
They're just there, kind of like as focuses for this like beam of light that's holding the
Yeah,
portal.
they
open.
both are dead. That's
They're
why you guys.
both
So I
dead?
think if we can get rid of those
Oh.
things, then it might shut the portal.
Wait, they're dead.
Yeah, like as in they're
But they're, like,
lifeless,
stone
but there's like statues there
statues.
that are like opening this portal.
Can we just knock them down?
Okay,
Yeah,
throw them over the
yeah.
edge.
Knock them off the ship.
Yeah, I'll run up to one of them and how heavy do they look? Like could a person?
Your person can throw them. Give me a strength check
Yeah.
with a moderate.
I'll
moderate
run up to
strength
whichever
check.
one's
I can
closer and
help
try
her.
to
Alright,
throw
which one
of
are
them
you? Are you this one?
off. I'm all the way in the back.
This one?
Yeah, that one.
Alright, you probably won't be able to make that distance.
can't.
Or actually, you could do a dash, and I'll say the bonus action can be a strength check if you dash.
Okay.
Because it's not a super
Can I
hard
help her?
check. Yeah. Yeah, you can assist. Give her advantage.
Nat 20.
Nice.
Gosh.
Great.
You're on fire.
I know.
So
It's okay. Some of my rolls are real bad.
See how she did.
5. I just have a gift.
17 plus 2 is a 19.
Alright, so both of you initially stumble and can't get a good hold on this thing. It's kind of charged with energy. You both grab it, seize it, push it over the edge. As you do, this kind of surge of elemental energy courses through both of you, and you both will take. Man, I've rolled 3 ones on that. You're going to take 10 points of fire damage.
Okay.
Now,
I think I can.
Hello.
Cat,
Goodbye.
girl, You just need to leave her alone. Leave her alone.
10 points of elemental damage. Of fire damage.
Bring her over here, see if she wants to sit here.
Yeah, she has to sit on a little
I
spot.
put a little blankie to make it cozy.
Come on, you little fat lord. This is probably difficult path to her little place. She's like, I just want to lie around and see the room. Yes.
Good,
Excellent.
nice. Is this acceptable?
I accept it.
Girl. It's like having a teenager.
Yeah. A really, really dumb
She's
teenager.
doing the thing.
You can hear her purring. Like,
I thought she might like a blankie.
Yeah, smart. We gotta placate the tiger.
She's a diva. So nice. Yeah, good girl. Jesus, sorry. Okay.
Yeah, okay, she's happy. Okay, so one of them goes down as he falls. He's almost tethered by this kind of beam of light,
wait, what? You were in the middle
and
of
the
something.
portal.
I was saying I just absorbed elements, so I took 5 instead of
Oh yeah, exactly, perfect. So he kind of swings below the ship. This beam of light kind of tethers through, and you can see it almost like that portal sweeps through like the guts of the ship. Like it kind of just like rockets through the guts of the ship. There's some bits and pieces of stuff that like seem like not attached to the ship that have gone missing, and it runs like pretty much right through like where the engine room would be, and it comes out and it kind of dangles right below this guy.
Is he in the engine room?
No, he's fine. He's on the deck, right?
He's on the deck.
No, he's in the engine room.
I thought he came.
He sent it back down.
Oh, he did?
Wait, when?
You sent Paddington back down to the engine room. Oh, you called him up.
I
but he
called him
hadn't come
up from
yet.
the engine room.
He hadn't come up yet, I don't think. Damn. Alright, so then now we'll go to this side. You already used it to help on you two,
Oh, wait, I didn't.
and then towards the
Didn't
switch.
help
Yeah,
yet.
it's on you. Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
Is the triangle gone now?
The triangle is still there. It's kind of just tethered halfway through the ship now. Or it's like maybe like kind of over
so
here.
there's one because it's one guy still up.
Yeah.
I would like to run over and knock him off.
Alright, so this is you.
Yeah.
That's me.
Oh, that's Wesley. This is you.
That's me.
So you go over,
I'll
give me a
help.
strength check.
You're gonna help?
Yeah.
Alright, both of you give me strength
I
checks.
am very strong.
I know. She's like staring at what you're doing right now.
Fascinated. This is my life.
Yeah. But disdainful.
She likes the dice, too.
7.
2. So you go, oh, but he's gross and he's a skeleton. And then
7.
7. And then you both, oh, no.
My arms are too flimsy.
Let me handle this for you.
Alright, so then this is who? This is Twitchley. Alright, so yeah, so it's still up and running. Twitchley switches on you. The portal is still kind of here. And you... Yeah, go ahead.
I want to remain invisible. And I know that if I become visible, Silas is gonna fuck me. So I'm just gonna run away like a little coward and sit in the back of the ship over here.
Fair enough. Alright, so as Twitchy Switch hides, you see it's like the portal's like over here along the edge of the ship, and you see you see some movement happening on the other side of that, as if something's trying to get out and kind of climb up the side of the ship. So it's like kind of over here now. The other dude's down there. Where's the other dude? He's like down here. So it's kind of like this like weird sideways triangle.
Wait, we see something trying to climb up the side of the ship?
Yeah, and it looks like it has like an arm made of stone almost.
Oh, Lord.
Paddington?
So now it's on you.
I will... Can I make it over to try and help knock the remaining anchor off the ship?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can run over here.
Run over there and try and push the red guy off.
Alright, so give me a strength check.
Strength, I think. Sorry. 9.
So, unfortunately...
Should I help? Can I help, maybe?
We can just go on your turn. So
Okay.
unfortunately you... Oh, this one seems to be like stuck or something. There's already been 3 people kind of mashed around it trying to get this thing off the side of the ship. Unsuccessful. It's on you.
As
No.
a bonus action, can I like peek over the side and try and see a little bit more of?
Yeah,
what's
give me a
happening
perception
inside?
check.
11.
Alright, so you can tell that it is Paddington, and you can sense that he is really desperately trying to get out of this. Like, he's like scrabbling as much as he can, try to get out of this thing, but he can't because it's at such an odd angle, like it's facing outward and the ship is behind him. He's unable to get there.
Guys, it's Paddington.
I am intent on helping Paddington. I am going to run over and cast Floating Disc directly under Paddington.
Is it visible?
What?
Is it visible? And what's the height that it can levitate to?
No, I don't think it's a... Okay, this is a weird nuance with it. Okay, so it's a circular horizontal plane of force.
Ooh.
3 feet in diameter, 1 inch thick, floats above the ground in an unoccupied space of your choice that you can see within range. Disc remains for the duration, holds up to 500 pounds, which I think we've carried
Yeah,
on
we've
it
carried
before.
Paddington on it before, but up this high does it still operate?
Yes, because if the disc is immobile while you are within 20 feet of it.
I see. Okay.
Oh, the ship's slightly moving, or not? Maybe it's not moving. If you move more than 20 feet away, it'll follow you, so it should be fine. It can move across uneven terrain up or down stairs, but it can't cross an elevation. This is the part that always confuses me. It can't cross an elevation change of 10 feet or more.
Alright, that's fine. That's fine. It can't like go
So-
up and down by 10 feet
So
or more.
it says it couldn't cross a 10-foot deep pit, but I think it's because it's going from, flush with the ground to 10 feet above the ground. It can't change
yeah,
that.
it can't change that.
But if it's already 1,000 feet above the
then
ground,
it should be fine. I think that plays. So a plane of force appears right in front of the portal. Paddington hasn't had a chance to react yet because it's not his turn, but a plane of force suddenly bursts to life.
Right
now
below
it's
his-
on,
right below his feet.
Yeah, now it's on Feather Widget.
I guess I'll try and knock that guy.
get it.
Just strength check. 20.
My God!
Alright, so just
gotta go
as
a lot
this
of
plane of
it.
force appears outside of the hole, you shove the other person off, and the 3
Can I
careen
do
down,
like
and the hole
can I
just
do like a side kick?
drops.
Just like a boom.
Yeah, so
Like
you
right in the
sidekick
nuts?
this dude off the boat. The hole drops the rest of the way down, but unfortunately, Paddington hadn't had a chance to use that plane of force yet. So
What?
he,
I didn't know he was in the plane in the.
yeah, he was still in because it wasn't his turn yet.
I thought he was just on the side of the ship.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's like was in the portal.
I didn't.
Oh!
I didn't know he was in the portal. Whoa.
Oh, he got like caught
Wait, but
inside.
then if he has his hand on the side of the ship in the real world...
Because he was like, as it swept through the ship, it picked him out of the real world,
Oh, I did not know
and
that.
then it stayed on the side. And he was trying to scrabble.
But
his
he
way.
got an arm on the deck.
Oh, he was on the side, like it kind of was like resting on the side of the ship, and he was trying to like, because like the ship's curve was like this, and he was trying to get his way out.
I didn't realize he was in the portal.
But, okay, so
Well, you know what we
disc
can
was
do
it?
is we can
I mean, it's okay. I mean, is he like dead?
So yeah,
or,
so what we
or is he just like clinging on? still
he's
on the ship?
he's still in the elemental plane. So the elemental plane, as these two figures go down, the connection vanishes, and Paddington's gone. And this larger portal also collapses. And you guys have a free path forward. So as you guys cruise around, everybody give me a perception check.
Look at Paddington. 9.
24.
Failed. Failed, that's all.
Fails.
Fails.
So you suddenly see on the other side of the shore that probably one of the reasons Paddington couldn't escape
20.
the circle at anyways was because Silas has dragged him out on his side, and he has Paddington. And from the shore, he says, "Bring me the 2 amulets, and your little friend stays alive."
Fuck.
And you can hear that because he just messaged to blast it to all of you.
Being a Paddington.
You know, Paddington had a good run.
How could you say
He
that?
has saved us on countless occasions.
He is just made of stone, but he's
True.
made of love
We
and
could
stone.
get it out.
Have you ever thought, you're the one made of stone?
I kind of like that.
He's like,
So where's
"Actually,
Silas
yeah."
right now?
So they're on the shore. So he couldn't use the elemental plane to get to your boat, but he returned to his original position on the shore. So you guys are like probably veering out that way, and Silas is there.
Is he still attacking us, or is he?
No, he's
just
like
taking
waiting.
He now just has a
against
hostage.
bargaining chip. Yeah.
I feel like we should attack Silas, but not on his terms, in the middle of a floating island in the sky.
I feel like Paddington served his purpose.
But we need to confront
You
Silas
served your
regardless.
purpose.
We need to confront Silas
Do we
regardless.
though?
We do though.
You could just run.
He has the other two amulets.
But I have 2 amulets.
I'm not.
We're
leaving
kind of on
Paddington-
even footing here.
I'm not leaving Paddington behind, but like maybe.
Okay,
we...
so Paddington and Hypochondrius both had a good run. I get it.
We'll just all
But we
slowly
shouldn't- we
die
shouldn't
until
be
you're left
fighting-
alone to face Silas
Maybe
yourself.
there's a way we can get Silas to meet us to exchange amulets after we can like rest and then meet him on terms that are our own.
Okay. So you go negotiate with the psychopath. I'm gonna stay invisible in the airship.
And
Where's
the
the
cottage
sausage
was
got
never
you?
I
seen
suppose I
again.
feel like most of your well-being comes from negotiating with psychopaths, though.
True, but you know, every man has his limit. You can only take so
And
many.
a booming voice says, 10 seconds.
Oh gosh.
9,
I wish I could trade.
How many? Wait.
8,
I feel like
7.
Let's
Oh, wait,
we'll talk.
what is this?
I
Meet us in Red Larch.
I meet it. I message him. Meet us at Red Larch. We'll exchange there.
3.
I messaged.
He said,
him.
okay. So he says, so be it.
But you
And
didn't say one, so we're good. Okay.
Eventually,
In
meet us in
12
Red
years.
Larch.
Tomorrow morning
What? How are we gonna get that?
We have to be badasses at dawn.
at dawn.
Or high
Wait,
noon.
but like how long?
High.
It's a little
It's high.
early.
Can I do?
Maybe
Can I?
noon?
Within that 10
High
seconds we
noon?
had, can I mental math how long it would take us to get to Red Larch?
it's just due north.
Okay. So
I need my
tomorrow morning.
coffee, maybe noon.
Yeah, like
Like,
a
kind of like to have like
At the-
Sunday time.
like brunch.
At a brisk early morning noon.
After
brunch-
a long rest.
Like brunch time, like around 11's.
I like to.
All right.
After
Let's
second
enjoy my morning.
breakfast, we will meet you.
brunch in Red Larch. Done.
Okay.
And
Mimosas.
yes, so it's due north. It'll probably take you 4 or 5 hours to get there. You see Giles is kind of looking up and weeping. There's just tears in his eyes as he sees Paddington.
You good for nothing louse.
I'm
Wow.
sorry.
So what you're saying is
Someone's
we have
Yeah,
less
he was
than
the
a
one that
day.
had it.
I go up to Giles and I say, Paddington told me just before he was taken that he needs you to take us to Red Larch, and that you're not getting your cut.
His words, not ours.
Roll perception or deception
I mean, this is Paddington's.
with
This is
advantage.
Paddington's.
Because he
Roll
loves
deception
Paddington.
with advantage.
This is Paddington's own words. I would hate to
Don't kill the
eat
messenger.
at 20.
20? Well, we had such times together. I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
It
Yeah.
makes complete sense. It says, don't piss off the DM because they can kill you in one move. That's correct. But yeah, so yeah, he says, I'll bring you to Red Larch, but something seems strange. And you know, all kind of the land masses have descended. You guys are kind of alone in the clouds, but as you progress through the clouds to the north, you see like not just the divots left by these land masses that were kind of ripped out of the ground, but like these plains of burning fire, these like oceans and huge bodies of water where they have no business being, like just kind of like town. You see like lakes that have flown over villages and there's just little roofs sticking out. And as you start heading towards Red Larch and you see that initial town where you started, where that huge burst of light initially was, there's an enormous divot, this enormous just like sinkhole in the ground, and just where the inn and the kind of the town is toppled into this huge sinkhole, and just at where the old inn used to be, there seems to be an ancient entrance where that has been exposed by this enormous sinkhole.
Is that really tough lady who works there still there?
Yeah.
You would have to go and find out. What you can
I bet
tell
she's
is
alive.
like
She was
there
alive.
are some, you can see like the town kind of half the town has still existed, half of it is like dug into a huge sinkhole. It was a decent sized town. And then like kind of like where that old crypt was. And then yeah, you see there's maybe some civilians there, but they kind of look really rough. And that's where we're going to end tonight.
Red Lodge, where it all began.
Where it all began.
It all comes full circle.
Actually, we'd rather go to Blue Larch. It's much further away. We'll meet you there.
It's much nicer this time of year. Later, everybody. Take care.